Yeah, the skill set is not a question, it's guaranteed. A carpenter when I build songs, I hear my beats. So I write in my overalls and tool belt. Give them heat till I see the walls in the booth melt. That's what I speak about now instead of one day. Eyes on the prize and my bags on the runway. Success on my destination tags. Hearing some say, see it when you return. Nah, homie, it's a one-way. They hate it when you start at the same place, but then they get left. I'm like, what you expect? Even my name's great. Like I'ma sit around moving at the same pace. We want the same thing, but we don't go for it the same way. We're like a Mexican on his way to job for. Just finished washing some dishes about the mop floors. Like if that's what it takes to be the top dog, I ain't complaining about it, I'm getting on board. I'm chasing my dream to success, I want a one-way ticket. My grind, my life, don't tell me how to live it. Champagne nights, strobe lights, and big screens. I'm just living my dream. I'm just living my dream. I'm like sincere talking to buns. My whole life is about change. I switch it up, make it about face. Still I keep my eyes peeled to wear when around face. Hating cause they know that everything I drop sounds great. Looking for ways to stop me but never found breaks. Wanna rain on my parade, ain't a cloud break. I live my life like a movie that's about fame. So on the DVD is where you see them outtakes. Maybe that's the reason my future gets so downplayed. Chasing steak and potatoes is why I'm out late. I'm born king, I'm just trying to keep my crown straight. Still coming home to a lady with a frown face. I guess the tag on success is a high price. So I'm proactive, not waiting till the time's right. Till my clear skin's 15 in the limelight. I can't let nobody tell me how to live my life. I'm gonna live my life. I'll do what I like. Champagne nights, strobe lights, and big screens. I'm just living my dream. I'm chasing my dream to success, I want a one-way ticket. My grind, my life, don't tell me how to live it. Champagne nights, strobe lights, and big screens. I'm just living my dream. I'm just living my dream. I'm chasing my dream to success, I want a one-way ticket. My grind, my life, don't tell me how to live it. Champagne nights, strobe lights, and big screens. I'm just living my dream. I'm just living my dream.
Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good, everybody? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Yo, it's your man's Izzy Bears, aka Israel Mills. You know the drill. This is the Real Spill with Mills show. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, we're about to have a wonderful show today. Shout out to Tish Sonberg. Rest in peace to Life, the legend. Yeah, my life. Don't tell me how to live it. It's my life. Don't tell me how to live it. Today is everyone's entitled to their feelings, but are they right because they feel a way? Everybody's entitled to their feelings. Everybody's entitled to how they feel about this or how they feel about that. Now, when I first came into this space, there was a huge push for get out your feelings. There was a huge push for F your feelings. I see feelings are back on the menu. I see feelings are back on the menu. Feelings are the drug of choice. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. I see feelings are back. Okay. So feelings are back in effect. Guess who's back? Back again. Feelings, feelings, feelings. So we are in our feelings. Okay. We are in our feelings. This is the in our feelings era. We back. So before we talk about all of our feelings, as grown men, because we feel away. Let us talk about the likes, because likes are absolutely free. Likes don't cost you nothing. I mean, likes are free 99. They cost you absolutely free. They don't cost nothing, right? And do like the homies Trish saying, smash the like button.
Come on, push a button.
You heard her. Likes are free. Push the like button.
Push the goddamn button.
Likes are free. The LIKES are free, but the LIGHTS, the likes, they cost money. They cost munyan. So if you be so kind, if you feel so inclined, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. But listen, if you be so kind, if you feel so inclined, make sure you support the show, support the stream. You know what I mean?
Show me the money.
Back to the spot for a Glock. I took a loss over floss, but still got a knock.
Show me the money.
Yes, sir. Support through Cash App. Support through Cash App. Hit. You know what I'm saying? Hit it. All right. Support the show. Support the stream. Yeah, nah. I mean, thank you so much, Free Zone Lou. I appreciate you. Let me get to my partner, Free Zone Lou, real fast. Give me 1 second. Dang, man. All right. Hopefully that's right. Hopefully that is right. We need that to be right. Okay. Let us see. Un momento, por favor. Un momento, por favor. Lo siento. Un momento, lo siento. Yeah. We cooking with hot fish grease. We cooking with hot fish oil. We cooking with hot fish grease. We almost in there like swimwear. So y'all be like my man. Y'all be like my man's in there. Free Zone Lou, who always be trying to start trouble on the low, by the way. Shout out to Free Zone Lou, the greatest instigator, non-instigator on YouTube. I appreciate you, bro. I be seeing you. I see you, player. I see you. Just for the record, I see you. Shout out to my man's Free Zone Lou. The white people saga continues. Though what? Oh, wait. Hold on. Nope, that's not what he said. He said the what's poppin' nigga saga continues. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because I'm not talking about Cellulite Podcast. For the record, let me say that again. I am not talking about Cellulite Podcast. Nope. I'm not talking about Cellulite Podcast. I am not. This stream is not dedicated to any one person. Even though there are going to be some people who are going to be implicated in this. This is not dedicated to any one person. First of all, let me say this. I'm about to get back to my normal, chill self. Okay, I'm gonna get y'all know I could turn up with the best of them. I could turn up at the drop of a dime. I really can. Just like everybody else. So we human. And y'all know, if y'all been watching my show, that I'm not afraid of conflict. I'm not afraid to mix it up. I'm not afraid to battle or whatever the case may be. I'm just not. I'm built for it. It is what it is. At the same time, this is a digital footprint that's left behind. Because even if I private all my videos, even if I take all my videos down, there's going to be someone who clipped it. There's going to be someone who has it saved in the archives. There's going to be someone, and quite frankly, if people don't really know the context of what's going on, and sometimes even when they do, we look unhinged. I look unhinged sometimes. And that's not the image nor the persona that I want to portray. I'm not unhinged. I am able to go any direction. I'm very adaptable to the situation, and I'm able to flow. Over here, we are triple threat brothers. We are street smart for sure. We are book smart, and we have common sense. So because of that, sometimes you look at it and you think that other people are able to understand what you understand, and therefore you believe that what's understood doesn't have to be explained. But we have to realize, us content creators, us peoples up here, us melanated men, we have to realize that how we come up here is how the world views us. And there's been people who've said that. Let me say that there's been people who said that. There's people who expressed that sentiment, and bounce back. Ain't no victims here, bro. Ain't no victims here. Ain't no victims here. So, and bounce back. Let me just say this. I see you. I see all of y'all. I see all of y'all that play the middle. I see all of y'all that be in this person's chat talking the shit that you talk, then come over here, then go over there. You'll play one day, then you'll switch up. I see y'all. Just for the record, I see all of it. Most of the time, 95 to 99% of the time, I just don't say anything because it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Now you're entitled, like the show says, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to how you feel. At the same time, just because you feel a way doesn't mean that it's accurate. It doesn't mean that it's actually how it is. It's your particular perception of the case. And 90% of the time, it don't really be your perception or your assessment. It be what you want to make it be because you are mad at a content creator. You don't like a content creator. They said something that you felt offended by, whatever the case may be. It don't even really be that serious or that deep. It really don't even be that serious or that deep. But y'all getting your fifis for whatever reason. Most of the time, no one's talking to you. Let me say that. Y'all getting your fifi for whatever reason. And most of the time, no one's even talking to you, thinking about you, or trying to bring it to you in a particular manner. But for whatever reason, you getting your fifi, you getting your feelings. Somebody says something that applies to you that only you know, and then you feel a way about it. I can't help that. Like Auntie, shout out to Auntie. I don't know what that message meant, bro. Shout out to you, Auntie. I don't know what that message meant. Are you trying to insinuate or allude to the fact that you think that I be clout watching you and I've said something that you said? Is that what you're alluding to? Shout out to my guy, Auntie. I'm just curious. If you're watching, if you're in the clouds, I would like to know, because I assure you, I do watch you sometimes. And when I watch you, I say, "What's up, Auntie? What's good?" A lot of times I'll shoot you a 5, or I'll shoot you something through the super chat to let you know that I'm there. And I appreciate your content. Now, I don't recall taking any of your talking points, right? I'm not saying that I haven't said anything that you said, but if y'all know anything about me, I'm pretty good about giving people credit for the things that I got for them. I would say, like, my man such and such say, or like such and such say, or like such and such say. I'm pretty good about giving credit to the people who said, like for example, right? Dope discussions deserve dope donations. I didn't come up with that. Caramel Drip gave that to me, and I said that. My name, Izzy Bands. I didn't come up with that. My man Ray Midnight gave that to me. I've given him credit multiple times. Like Let's Do Good Business and compensation for the conversation. I didn't come up with that. JD 1975 did, right? And they gave it to me, right? So those are examples of 3 people who came up with ideas. They gave it to you. So, yo, you should use this. And I said, yo, you know what? That's dope. I should. Thank you. Right? This idea that there's anything new under the sun, that you guys own words, that you guys own ideas, that you guys own philosophies or ideology in 2025 is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's done right now has already been done. Everything that's did has already been done. Shout out to Nas. There's nothing new under the sun. Shout out to King Solomon. Nothing new under the sun. We have different terminologies for the same concepts. We have different ways of expression for the same ideas. We have different nuances to things and our own swagger on how we present things. What's up, JD? What's going on, my brother? Salute to JD 975. Let me speak to the people before we get into this. My bad, y'all. I just got right in. Listen, make sure y'all support the show, support the stream. In the meantime, between time, support the show. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my guy, Emperor Kojak 3 on 3 the Great. What up, though? What up, though? Kills is in the building. What's going on? Salute to Raj Wills in here. My man Ogoon Network coming soon. Going to the casino tonight in Detroit. Hey, man, I pray you massive success. I pray you win big, bro. Izzy, don't blame your lateness on the internet. You just on CP time, respectfully. Well, respectfully, the fact that I typed it in the chat, around you know what I'm saying, right before it was time for me to go live, should let you know that I wasn't on CP time. I'll try not to be. Every once in a while I get on CP time, but I do my best. I do my very, very best. It's a concerted effort to not be on CP time. I'm gonna tell you that. I think that as so-called Black people in America, colored people time is what CP time is. If you don't know, colored people time. And it's a running joke. Just like when we eat, we always get the itis, nigga-itis, meaning we go to sleep. It's a running joke that Black people don't know how to be punctual. They don't know how to be punctual. And that's a lack of professionalism and a lack of integrity and character. Let me just be honest with you, right? If you can't be on time, that's a lack of character and integrity and a lack of professionalism. It is. And it's one of the things that we, as so-called Black people in America, need to change. This perception of us that we are lazy, this perception of us that we are somehow less than, this perception of us that we want to do the bare minimums in order to just get by. We have to do our best to shed these negative stereotypes and these daggone colloquialisms about us, right? So I do my very, very best. For a long time, I was never, ever, ever late. For a long time, if y'all, like almost a year consistently, I was never late. I was always early. Now, since my situation has changed, since different things occurred, now there are things that occur, like today when I went to fire up. I had already had it set up, to be honest. I have it set up 10, 15 minutes early. But when I looked at my computer to actually do, it was down. And it was down because of the internet. But it is what it is. So I let y'all know in real time what was going on. So shout out to that. Shout out to TM Casey. Thank you, sis. Show some love. Support the show. Cash App. Yeah, hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Support the show, support the stream. I mean, I really appreciate that. What up? What up, Lord ADS? What's going on, family? How you doing? Ed Hill. Today is Israel Mills handling on wait. Handling. Oh man, I gotta get my glasses, bro. Handling unstable creatures in their feelings, and Lakers versus Warriors. Full of slithery. The Lakers are gonna beat the Warriors tonight. Full of slithery, Ed Hill. We gotta beat the Warriors tonight. Even though that 3 spot is looking good on us, that 3 spot is looking good on the Lakers. I wasn't talking about him either. There's been a lot of what's popping niggas coming from you lately. You're a troublemaker, Free Zone Lou. Let me just tell you to your face, you are a troublemaker, brother. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It was It was the What's Poppin' energy. What's going on, Bounce Back? I see Bounce Back maybe in their no more aggressive for right now. I'm gonna put that away for right now. Chaotic Romello 747. I'm gonna put the aggressive away temporarily. I gotta put it away. Okay, no more aggressive. What's good, Cash Kid? Even what's going on, bro? Don't be playing two ends against the middle, though. That's that sucker shit. Exactly. And you will be called out. I'm just gonna let you know, like a kid that try to play his mama against his daddy against his mama, you will be called out over here. I don't mind calling you out for trying to be a Cassius, god doggone. Go be Cassius on your own shit. And those of you who know. All right? Don't be coming over here with your Cassius energy, fam. We not going. We not going. Okay. Huh? Damn, Ninja. Who are you talking to? I don't understand, Kels. Who are you talking to? Where'd that come? Damn, Ninja. I was trying to calm down the situation. Shit, y'all helped me out when I was down and out. Shit. Yeah, I can't really. A hit dog will holler because I wasn't even thinking about you when I said that. A hit dog will holler though because I don't see it that way, but it's okay. I definitely don't see it that way. For the record, I absolutely don't see it that way. Okay. I saw what you said, some of the things you said, and I saw how you was carrying it. I don't feel like you was against me. At the same time, I don't feel like you did anything to try to smooth things out or bridge the gap. But it's okay. I got nothing but love for you. But I wasn't talking about you, but I absolutely don't see it that way. So just for the record, I don't see it the way that you see it. Not even a little bit. All right. Let me see. What's up, Andrew Joseph? you hire good actors too. Shout out to you. Sometimes it bees that way, bro. Sometimes it bees that way with them springs. They did what? Oh yeah, they caught they caught the Blues when they played. What's up, Cajun Darkfire? What's going on, family? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Cajun Darkfire. And before I forget, let me shout out the brother Heed. Shout out to Heed. Thank you very much. Heed is a real one. Heed is a real one. Shout out to Heed is a real one. He made some claims. He'd allowed me to substantiate my argument and to present it. He listened. He did his own research. He saw that what I was saying was actually true. And he shot me a super chat, a super thanks, I think it is, when you're not online. So shout out to Heed. Thank you for being a real one. I appreciate it. I know you don't still rock with me all the way, but it takes a real man to say, yo, you was right and I was wrong. So I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you. I want to shout you out for that. Matter of fact, let me give Heed some. Yo, y'all be like Heed, man. And y'all be like my peoples. Y'all be like Heed and y'all be like my people's Free Zone Lou. And support the show, support the stream. You know what I mean? Dope discussions deserve dope donations. Compensation for the conversation. Let's do good business.
Thanks, man.
It don't matter what the situation, I'm just tryna climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you gotta pace it. You can't press rewind, you get left behind. Just grind and the rest be fine. No matter what the situation, I'm just tryna climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you
Yo, shout out to that. So let me say this. There's a lot of Machiavellian shit going on. There is a lot of Machiavellian shit going on. And by the way, if we should happen to open up a panel, which I don't know if we are or not, but if we should happen to open up a panel, then it is back on the F-bomb, which I suspended it yesterday. We didn't do any F jars because I said all the F-bombs for everybody. And ironically, that stream is in the red and in the yellow. Now, my man Blanco says I'm wrong about that. That's not why. There's nothing else different that I did. If you notice, I did the same damn intro. I did not play any other music yesterday. I just was cursing up a storm. I just was saying all the F-bombs. Stank, sour juice was every F-bomb and Emma F-bomb under the book. I said every F-bomb and every other Emma F-bomb I could think of, right? Because I was dealing with stank, sour juice yesterday, okay? So just a lot of Machiavellian things going on in this space. And to me, two of the most egregious things, to me personally, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to share this with you. Two of the most egregious things that a so-called Black person can do, a so-called Black American can do, is to be bougie, like bougie, and to try to be Machiavellian. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I believe that. Okay, power is a very, very elusive thing. I believe in personal power, like my man Anthony Robbins speaks of. Personal power, the ability to control oneself and one's own destination or destiny, like Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the pit, right? I don't even remember the thing, but basically, I am a captain of my fate. I am the master of my soul, is how it ends. So I forgot how it begins. So shout out to Invictus by William Ernest Henley. But the point that I'm making is I believe in personal power, the ability to control one's life and one's destiny, right? Now, that has a particular cap on it, in my belief, right? Again, this is strictly what I believe. It has a particular cap on it because the truth of the matter is the only control we have as humans is how we deal with the challenges, obstacles, and things that we face. That's it. That's the only power that we actually have, how we deal with it, right? We cannot control personally the weather, not unless you're on some Cobra Commander shit and maybe you have access to the satellites and maybe you control the weather. But us mere mortals like myself, I cannot control the weather, right? I'm not Storm from X-Men, allegedly. Okay, I cannot control the weather. I cannot control other people's actions or inactions, right? People have their own autonomy or the ability to decide what they think, feel, or want to do for themselves. Just is what it is. So this whole Machiavellian, in case you don't know, Machiavelli, it wrote a book called The Prince. Okay, Machiavelli wrote a book called The Prince. This is a 16th century piece of literature, and it is heralded throughout history for its pioneering ideas and concepts and put into a piece of literature, right? So, Machiavellian. What is Machiavellian? Well, there's an idea in The Prince that you don't have any friends. There's no such thing as friends, especially when you're in a when you're trying to be powerful. The powerful, the elite don't have any friends. They have allies for a time, or they have useful people that you put in place and do the puppet strings in order to get the outcome that you want. Right? Shout out to my people's Bet Life 81. Salute, good brother. Good to see you always. Okay, I think you're talking to So I came across a very, very interesting video that I would love to share with you all that kind of illustrates the Machiavellian mindset, number one, the Machiavellian mindset. And then number two, it will give you some insight into some of the games that these people play, right? See, there are people who live, breathe, and go by these pale mental mindsets. They operate with a European mindset on small levels. And they think that this particular way of operation is going to get them the results that they desire. See, they have the Stringer Bell complex. The problem with Stringer Bell was not that he was ambitious. The problem with Stringer Bell was not that he wanted to clean up his act. The problem with Stringer Bell was that he was a full-on hypocrite and narcissist. He was trying to play a game that he didn't understand. And he was under the illusion that the game that he was trying to play was so much cleaner than the game that he was actually playing in the streets. It wasn't cleaner. Right? But Stringer Bell was under the illusion. He was a narcissist. He was under the illusion that he was somehow above the game. He was under the illusion that somehow he was going to be able to play a game that he was already locked out of. See, I know my homie, Angerman, shout out to Angerman, spoke on Stringer Bell, and he spoke on Stringer Bell in the aspect and the standpoint of Stringer Bell thought that the politicians or the political game was much more that they wasn't as wicked or as dirty as the street game. At the same time, I'm going to go a step further with it. I'm going to say part of Stringer Bell's demise, to add on to what Angry Man said, is the fact that he didn't realize that he was already locked out of a game. And he was trying to play you can't, if you don't know how to play, if you're a checker player, and you don't understand the philosophies of chess, in other words, you can't play, even though it's the same board sometimes. The checkerboard and the chessboard are the same board sometimes, but you're absolutely not playing the same game. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me. Somebody need to hear me. All of you Robert Greene cronies, all of you Machiavellian niggas, you're not even in the game. You're playing checkers. You're not even in the game, and you're trying to use the principles and the philosophies of chess in a goddamn checker game. You're locked out of the chess game. You can't get in. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. You're not in that game, bro. And you never will be in that game, bro. You're not in that game, bro, and you never will be in that game, bro. So the problem with you delusional ass niggas is the fact that you think that you're actually playing chess and you playing mother effing checkers. You're playing checkers with chess rules, and you don't even know the chess rules. You think you know. You think you have an idea because they gave you a small peek, a small look, a glimpse, if you will, into the game of chess. But what you don't understand is the initiated have been initiated in chess since they were born. Let me say that again, because I'm not actually talking about chess and checkers. So those that know. The people who play this Machiavellian game that play by the 48 laws of power. What you don't understand is unless you are at the top rungs of the elite society, you playing that game is like trying to play checkers with chess rules. Of course, I know what a demigod is by the complex. Of course, I do. Shout out to KO Black. Salute, my good brother. Good to see you. When you tamper with natural law, when you tamper with natural law, and in an attempt to usurp or to circumvent, there are consequences to this. When whatever you put out, you get in. For every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. Karma, so the law of sowing and reaping, the law of compensation, the law of returns. Whatever you put out, you get back. Whatever energy you put out is the energy that you get back, right? What people don't understand is a book is a square for a reason. A book is a square for a reason. Sometimes you get trapped in its pages. Sometimes it's misinformation. Sometimes it's to actually get you jammed up. Let me tell you this. The real book of power is not 34.99. It's not 24.99. It's not accessible on the web. It's not. Let me say that again. The real book of power, real power of how to. It's not $24.99. It's not $39.99. It's not $49.99. And you ain't gonna be able to get it as a PDF on the damn internet. I'm not high. I don't get high, bro. Shout out to you, Ignorant TV. I don't get high, bro. The problem in the world today is information is free. Information is free. And there is a whole bunch of information everywhere. Information is free, And there's a whole bunch of information everywhere. Let me say that again. Information is free, and there's a whole bunch of information everywhere. But all information is not useful. All information is not to your benefit. All information is not to your good. And sometimes you could tap into things that are very elusive and aloof, meaning that you could tap into something, it could give you a sense of the result that you think that you want, but the cost behind it, the price of it, the actual price is more than you can pay. The Bible says, what profits a man to gain the whole wide world and lose his soul? What profits a man to gain the whole wide world and lose his soul? The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all other things will be added unto you. But the Bible also says, if you being human, and I say human because it says evil, but I say human, know how to give good gifts. If your son asked for a fish, you wouldn't give him a serpent, or if he asked for bread, you wouldn't give him a stone. So how much more would your Father, which is in heaven, give to those that ask him? Look at the flowers of the field. They don't toil, nor do they sow, but Solomon in all his glory was not adorned like one of these. If our Father gives to those who work not but reap a harvest, how much more will he give to you who he loves? That's what the Bible says, right? And some people would think that those are contradictory terms. Well, you just said in one breath that you gotta but then you said in another breath you gotta wait a minute, which one is it? See, you playing checkers on chess rules. You trying to play checkers on chess rules. You got to understand checkers has a certain set of rules that go with checkers. You don't play checkers the same way you play chess, even though the board is the same. And one day, 10 years from now, you might get that. For those of you who think I'll just be talking crazy. Okay. The chessboard and the checkerboard are it's the same board, but it's a total different game. And you can't play chess by checker rules, and you can't play checkers by chess rules. Just can't. Just can't. So let us keep this in mind as we watch this video. Shout out to Echo. What's going on? Shout out to my man Sovereign, Teddy P, the ruler in the building. What's going on? What's up, Fighter Complex? How you doing? Okay. You don't care what I said. Robert Greene is a great writer. Absolutely. Keep with your Machiavelli. Let's get to it. Let's go. Fair use, fair mother fudging use. Let's get to it. Let's go. Let's see what he has to say.
If you still believe you have allies in the game of power, you have already been defeated. In the real world, no one is your friend. Everyone is a predator disguised as a companion, waiting for the right moment to devour you.
In the real world, no one is your friend. Everyone is a predator waiting for the right moment to devour you, is what this says. In the real world, no one is your friend. Everyone is a predator waiting for the right moment to devour you. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but there's a saying that what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. My homie says, how you view a thing is how you see a thing, and how you see a thing is how it will be to you. How does Hamp put it? How does DJ Hamp put it? DJ Hamp has a dope way of putting it too. I forgot what it was, but shout out to DJ Hamp. He has a dope way of putting it too. But yo, you cannot sow in the occult, sow discourse, sow drama, sow hardship into people's lives and then expect good results. You cannot look at people with a pessimistic attitude, with the looking for the shoe to drop, and expect the shoe not to drop. That's not going to happen. The shoe's going to drop. It's just a matter of time. If you're looking at a situation, you're waiting for the shoe to drop, guess what? That shoe is going to drop. It's just a matter of time. If you look at people like all people are just predators, all people are waiting for the right moment to devour you, guess what? Guess what you're going to attract to you? Devourers. Devour. Let's get to it. Let's go.
Machiavelli was clear. Loyalty is a lie, and alliances only exist as long as you are useful. Fools fall into the trap of trust, while true masters know that every smile is a sharp knife ready to be buried in their back.
True masters understand that every lie is a sharp knife waiting to be buried in their back. Yo, George Barnard Shaw said the problem when we deceive is not that we cannot be believed, but that we ourselves cannot believe. And see, this is the issue. This is how you have a bunch of people up here, and the first thing that they do is call people liars. This is how you have a bunch of people up here, and the first thing that they do is point fingers at someone else, saying that they're doing this and doing that. It's projection, right? Because whenever you point a finger at someone else, you're pointing 3 fingers and a thumb back at yourself. It's a projection. Because how can you judge the intention, the motivation, or the thoughts and feelings of someone else if you yourself do not share those sentiments? Like someone told me recently, it's a mirror. It's a mirror. And what you see, what you're out picturing that you see in your reality is a reflection of your internal self, right? Now, you might say, well, we all go through challenges and obstacles. That's a fact. That's a fact. We all have adversity. That's a fact. And the truth is, the bigger your calling, the bigger you are, the bigger your destiny, the more challenge, the more pushback, the more adversity you're going to face, right? At the same time, the thing is this, like in the meantime, in between time, it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle what happens to you. How you handle what happens to you is a reflection of who you are on the inside. Let's get to it.
On the board of power, there are only 2 types of people: those who control the game and those who are controlled. And if you haven't realized it yet, you are the pawn. The question is simple. Will you keep deceiving yourself, believing in the empty promises of others, or will you finally learn to play dirty and take control of your life?
Will you finally learn to play dirty and take control of your life? In order to win, by their perception, you have to play dirty. Well, if you play dirty, don't you get dirty? How do you play dirty and don't get dirty? Even if you delete something or something, you ever go hunting and get a deer? Even if you get the deer for meat, you have your gaming license. You have your gaming license, and you are doing your thing, and you get a good game, and you pop the deer, and then even if you get the deer from a distance, guess what? You still get bloody. Even when you pop the deer from a distance, you still get bloody. Shout out to my guy, Big Dog Barking. This is my RTPW of conversation. What does RTPW mean? Pardon my ignorance. What's up, Joey85? Pastor is. What's good, my boy? What's good, bro? I ain't the pastor. I'm just speaking. So listen, in the meantime, between time, y'all support the show, support the stream. Now, man, what in the world is happening here? What is happening here? So y'all keep being Machiavellian. Y'all keep being Robert Greenian. Y'all keep living by these laws of so-called power. Let's get to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with a truth no one wants to hear, but everyone knows deep down. In the game of power, friendship is a lie. I'm not talking about co-workers, casual acquaintances, or superficial relationships. I'm talking about that illusion we all hold in our minds, the belief that once you reach the top, you'll find loyal allies, unconditional friends, or someone who truly cares about you.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question, right? Let me ask y'all a question. Well, let me tell you this. Someone do something to make me feel better so we can help relinquish his anguish. Someone do something to make me feel better so we can relinquish Fighter's anguish. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want him in here listening to middle-aged people.
Brooklyn,
Yeah, what up, boss?
do something to make me feel better.
I thought you'd never ask.
What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do to make you feel better?
Now, this is the funny thing, right? The funny thing is these people brandish. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you. Sovereign Teddy P. I appreciate you. These people brandish whatever. So, hey, listen. Somebody help me get paid off the troll so he can have something to hate off of. Someone send at least $10. At least $10 to the super chat or to the Cash App so we can give Fighter some rest so he doesn't have to listen to middle-aged people talk philosophy. See, narrow-minded people think that you have to be any one particular way. And see, this is the problem. You all don't understand that there are people who are multifaceted. No, you good TMKC. You know, shout out to you. I appreciate you being a member of the Ismailite Nation for 2 months. Shout out to TMKC. Someone else just give $10 and let Fighter sit out for 5 minutes. He needs to see me getting paid off of him. That's what the trolls need to see. The trolls need to languish in their folly. Oh, thank you so kindly. I appreciate that. Shout out to my peoples. Thank you very much. Hey, Fighter, get a break. Thank you very much, Big Dog Barker. I appreciate you. You just gave $10. I don't think, but I'm gonna use it for Fighter. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and give Fighter a little rest of his throat real quick. Because he's trolling. Let me go ahead and get you to rest your throat, Playboy. Go ahead and relax. Shout out to you. All right. Thank you, Big Dog Barker. I appreciate you. Salute. Shit, that was the wrong one.
Thanks, man.
Make money, make money. When shit hit the fan, we'll take money.
Barker, we only need 23 more people, at least $5 a piece. Help us reach our goal today. Let's get to this. Let's go.
The reality is harsh and simple. In the game of power, no one is your friend. And if you don't understand this, you will be consumed, crushed by the machine of the game. Nietzsche warned us. Every man of value has something with which to defend himself. And he wasn't just referring to material wealth or money. He was speaking of the fact that power, in its purest form, demands that you always remain vigilant, always prepared for betrayal. The world is not a place where sincere friendships thrive. It is
The world is not a place where sincere friendships thrive. Take his microphone and usher him out. Take his microphone and usher him out. Take his microphone and usher him out. That's a bar right there, man. That's a bar.
Take his microphone and usher him out. Take his microphone and usher him out. Take his microphone and usher him out.
Usher him out. Now, someone would be saying, wait, this is how the powerful play. This is how you get to a powerful position. This is how you make sure that you don't get screwed over. I would say this is how you attract misery to your life. This is how you attract snakes to your grass. This is how you shore up the fact that your reign or your prosperity or whatever you have will not last long. Because what people don't understand is how you get a thing is how you'll lose a thing. How you get a thing is how you lose a thing. When you are sitting in the position of the scornful, when you are sitting and conspiring against people because of the fact that they may be conspiring against you, you are in a very, very sad, precarious position. Shout out to my man, Ogu Network coming soon. Thank you for the $5. Usher him out, supporting the show. Yo, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I know I got you, bro. You got that bread.
Just because I got that bread, baby, don't mean I'm a cash out. You know, for some reason, when you got that bread, everybody wants you to cash out. They want to love this, they want to love that. Yeah, I got that bread. I got it. I got that bread.
I'm on my grind to get this money. I can't stop it till I'm filthy. Read that with the people. Zebo like the rock. I dropped it. I ain't no trapper. I'm a hustler.
No doubt, Cash Kid. Even those who live by the sword die by the sword. Shout out to Andrew Taylor. What's up? It's just getting through watching yesterday's stream. That individual is unhinged. Bars. Let's get to it. Let's go. Y'all support the show, support the stream. Now, man.
Is an arena, a battlefield where predators roam disguised as lambs. Machiavelli, in his deep lucidity, warned us. Men forget the death of their father more easily than the loss of their patrimony. In other words, loyalty is a mirage, an illusion that only lasts as long as interests align. The moment power or personal gain comes into play, any relationship can be broken without hesitation. Now think about the great power dynamics you see around you, in businesses, in governments, even in the most intimate relationships. How many times have you seen a friend sabotage another to achieve their own goals? A partner betray a pact, destroy alliances just to seize the rewards of someone else's work? Or a leader who, in the name of loyalty, used shared secrets to shatter someone's trust? This is not the exception. It's the rule.
Yo, what you focus on expands. Yes, Ski Master, it's nasty, nasty work. What type of person do you become if you have this level of cynicism? What type of person do you become when you have this level of lack of trust? What type of person do you become where no one is your friend, no one is loyal, everyone is a predator just seeking for a moment to destroy you? What kind of person do you become? Machiavelli is hated by the moral police, but he is absolutely right. No, he's not. He's absolutely wrong, but it is what it is. Happens all the time to one's unprepared for the betrayal. But this is the thing. Yeah, you become a hermit. You absolutely do. A miserable hermit at that. Imagine. I couldn't imagine a world where I expect everyone to be disloyal to me. I couldn't imagine a world where I expect everyone to betray me. I couldn't imagine a world where I would have to use my enemy for their good graces because, as our good friend Robert Greene put it in the second law of power, that an enemy is more likely to be loyal or be expressive because they will be going out of their way to prove their loyalty to you. Like what? So you spend your whole life using people. You spend your whole life manipulating people. You spend your whole life trying to position people so that you can benefit, but you don't want to give anything in return, and you think you're going to get what exactly? What exactly do you think that you're going to get by just take? No give, no reciprocity, no real caring, because in the back of your mind, you got to get them before they get you. Interesting. Let's get to it.
In the end, friendship is just a transaction. Like any other form of exchange in the game of power, it stands on two non-negotiable pillars: interest and convenience. When one of these pillars crumbles, the relationship disintegrates. And the worst part, the higher you climb, the more exposed you become. The smiles you receive are not genuine, they are calculated. The compliments, disguised strategies. And the promises of loyalty, nothing but temporary contracts you sign unknowingly, only to watch them be torn apart at the first sign of weakness. But by the time you realize the game has already been played, you have already been left behind. Machiavelli, in his relentless understanding of human nature, said, "He who wishes to be a virtuous prince must be ready to act in a non-virtuous manner when necessary." At the heights of power, you quickly learn that trust is a lethal risk. There is no room for true friends when you are fighting for everything you have. Allies turn into enemies.
Allies turn into enemies when you do your allies wrong. Allies turn into enemies when you conspire against your friends. Allies turn into enemies. Your friends turn into enemies when you do not find yourself friendly. When you find yourself unfriendly, when you find yourself conspiring against your people, when you find yourself aligning against the friendship that you have, then of course, allies turn into enemies. But just do allies turn into enemies just for the sake of allies turning into enemies? Probably not. Count of Monte Cristo is one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite books, in case y'all don't know. Edmond Dantes. Edmond Dantes. Went through some hardship. He went through some pain. He went through betrayal. He went through the loss of love, the temporary loss of love. He went through. At the same time, I would argue, because of the purity of Edmond Dantes' heart, because of the of the purity of how he viewed friendship, and he was a true friend, that it was because of that he became the Count of Monte Cristo. Now, Edmond Dantes did at one point seek revenge. And at that point, he was the most miserable that he had ever been in his life. He had all the money in the world. He was the richest man in the world at that time, the Count of Monte Cristo. He was the richest man in the world at that point. He had everything at his fingertips. And the woman that he loved was again enthralled with him. However, because he was consumed by revenge, at that particular moment, it was the worst period of his life. It was only when he had to respond righteously. I'm going according to the movie. I like the movie version, the first movie version. And he responded righteously, and then he was able to delete his enemy. But he gave his enemy mercy initially. He gave his enemy mercy initially, and his enemy could not live with the mercy, and therefore was a victim of his own hubris and his own vitriol. And that is usually the destiny of you Machiavellian, power-hungry people. You will be the victim of your own hubris. You will be the victim of your own traps. You will be the victim of your own vitriol. You will be the victim of your own sad reality. See, Edmond Dantes was content with what he had. Edmond Dantes was good with his friends. He was good with the love of his life. He was good with his station, and he worked hard to be better. And I would argue that that is why at the end of the day, he was able to have it all. Even though he went through his brief period, even though he went through his suffering, even though he went through a struggle, even though he didn't deserve to go through what he went through initially, at the end of it, he got the reward. And Fernand got to die broke and destitute. Think about that for a second. Fernand was wealthy, came from a wealthy aristocratic family. Fernand was, by the book status or by the movie status, a handsome man, right? I don't judge men. I'm going by the book status. Fernand had access to everything that one would want. Fernand had access to what everyone would want. At the same time, it was because he was jealous of Edmond Dantes' contentment with what he had. He was jealous with Edmond Dantes' ability to make things happen, even though he didn't have all the resources. He was jealous, and his jealousy consumed him, and his jealousy is what made him eventually succumb and fall. Shout out to my man, Bishop J. Jermaine. Thank you very much, family. Be like Bishop J. Jermaine and donate to this cause, man. Donate to this cause.
God damn it, I like the way you do bit.
Make money, make money. When shit hit the fan, we'll take money.
See, people are perverting natural laws. The law of compensation, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of reciprocity. People are perverting natural laws. And when you pervert natural laws, you don't get optimum outcomes. people are perversing natural laws. When you pervert natural laws, you do not get optimum outcomes. You just don't. You just don't. Shout out to my guy, Corey Love TV. He said, this describes exactly what most of you Fight Club alumni have been doing to one another for the past 2 years. Do you not see it? The philosophy is perfect for this space. It's not, though. What? It's not, though. I mean, there are some who are Machiavellian, absolutely in the space, but it never works out. There are some who are Machiavellian, and there are those of us who are not going for it, are not having it. You're not going to tread upon me no matter who you are. You're not going to tread upon me. You're not going to tread upon me. You're not going to big boy me. You're not going to son me. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to try to use me for fodder. That's not going to happen. So there's people like me who's just not having it. I don't play by Machiavellian rules. I know what they are. I'm aware of them. I'm aware of the second law of power. I'm aware of the first law of power. I'm aware of the laws of power. I just think it's dumb. Because I understand the more fruitful equivalence of those laws. I understand that the more fruitful equivalent of those laws. I understand that God has those laws, and the way that God presents those laws is in a way that's going to be mutually beneficial for you and for everyone else that's dealing with you. See, that's the thing. Why not be mutually beneficial? Why not give a little and get a little? Give a lot and get a lot. Why not pour in what you want to get out? But see, we live in a society in which everyone wants to me, I want. They want to give the minimums to nothing, but they want to receive everything. And that's not how life works. It's just not. Shout out to Bunny Marco. Even though I see what you pride yourself on, being righteous, but haven't you been experiencing this the past couple of course I have. And that's what I said, Money Marco. Yes, that's the point. But the difference is what? The difference is, even though I have, admittedly, chose to spaz out a couple of times. So what they say, crash out a couple of times. Admittedly, I chose to do it. So that fault is mine, right? I chose to do it for whatever reasons that I chose to do it, right? That fault is mine. At the end of the day, though, my intention is not malicious or to hurt or harm anyone else, right? There are some people who bask in the glory of destroying others. There are some people who bask in the glory of destroying others. They believe by tearing someone else down that elevates themselves. You understand the game now. Shout out to Alexis Williams. I'm a master chess player, Alexis. If you could understand what that means in real life. I'm a master chess player. Alexis. So I've always understood the game. That doesn't mean I try to play it. What's up, D's? As you do, man. Thank you. I love these lessons in real time, pressure or no pressure at all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. That's right. Some people are empty. That's why. Yeah. You can't be mutual by yourself. I mean, that's a bar. You can't be mutual by yourself. That's a bar. That's a bar. Love TV. That's a bar. Yeah, because some of them are demonic. That's the truth too. That is the truth. Let's get back to this. Yo, if y'all want to open up the panel, We have approximately an hour and a half. All right. If y'all want to open up the panel, we have approximately an hour and a half. If y'all can contribute to the show, we need 21 people overall, but let's say 6 people. We need 6 people, at least $5 a piece to open up the panel. Okay, y'all. All right. And then if y'all want to join in and talk about it, we need 6 people, at least $5 a piece to open up the panel. We need 21 people overall to reach our goals. Help us reach our goals today. I appreciate y'all. Let's get to it.
The moment an opportunity arises, you find yourself increasingly isolated because, as your position grows, the friends around you become more strategic than sincere. The loneliness of power is the true consequence of reaching the top.
Wow. Damn. That's crazy. Yo. So in essence, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is the mind F that's going on here. Think about what you're setting yourself up for. You're setting yourself up. If you're a person that values people, right? In the core of yourself, if you're a person that values people and values relationships, and then you come across this information and you're simultaneously a person who wants to be successful and be at the top, can you imagine the mind F that's happening? Can you imagine the struggle that people are going through? Can you imagine the internal pressure that people are facing? Unnecessarily, I might add. Yo, how if you have so much, if you believe that you'll have so much pain being at the top, then how are you going to get to the top? Yeah, it's a cold game, Big Dog Barker. Yeah, it's a cold game. Shout out to Corey. Thank you very much, Corey Love TV. 1, I appreciate you. Thank you, Corey Love TV. 2, I appreciate the double up, good brother. Thank you very, very much. I like the way you do business, brother. Thank you.
God damn it, I like the way you do business.
I got money.
Shout out to Brother Love with number 3. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And also shout out to Jay Lewis. Thank you so much, Jay Lewis. Jay Lewis, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Because of Corey Love and Jay Lewis, we only need 2 more people, at least $5 a piece, to open up the panel. Thank y'all so much. And I think we need I think we need 17 more people overall to reach the goal of the show. Okay. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.
Hope you don't mind. Thanks, man. Hope you don't mind if I say this out loud. How wonderful life is, 'cause you're in the world.
I love you. 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 Because of Brother Corey, we only need 4. And then my man Free Zone Lou, we got the panel open. Thank y'all, brother, so much. And my sister Jay Lewis, thank y'all so much. I believe we just need 16 more people, at least. No, 15 more people, probably 15 or 16 more people, at least. $5 a piece to reach the goal of the show, but we're about to open up the panel. I appreciate you, brothers. Thank y'all so much, man. Sincerely, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Let's get it.
1 for the money, too many haters. Straight for the homies that be getting that paper. Got money in the pots, money in the wall. Club packed out, everybody on the floor. Got bottles all day, Patron and Ciroc. Rose, whole case, bottom whole spots. We go hard, we going in. It's no problem.
Because of Sister Jay Lewis, Brother Corey Love with the multiple donations. Thank you, brother Corey Love TV. I really appreciate you. And the brother Free Zone Lou. We only need 14 more people, at least $5 a piece to reach our goal. But we are about to open up this panel. Thank you, brother Bishop J's, your man. I appreciate you, man. And thank you very much, Free Zone Lou. I appreciate you for the triple up. And another one. Shout out to Cole for song Send 3 Tone. Okay. I think I don't know. But hey, Bishop J, man, thank you for the $5. The most successful people who run this world are the most sinister people. Remember the quote, greed is good. Damn. That's the devil. Greed is not good. Shout out to my man, Cage the Dark Father. Thank you very much, good brother. I appreciate you. Good analogy. Izzy, yo, thank y'all very, very much. I appreciate that because of y'all three brothers. We only need 11 people to reach our goal for today. I'm absolutely about to open up the panel. Give me one moment. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you very, very kindly, man. Thank y'all very, very kindly.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
I have some money. Some money.
Can't stop this money marathon, but they gon' try regardless. Can't stop this money marathon, but they gon' try regardless. Can't stop this money marathon, but they gon' try regardless.
Thank you, KO Black. I appreciate you, good brother. He said dope content. Thank you very much, good brother. I appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks, man.
Humbling. Thank y'all so much.
I'm on my grind to get this money. I can't stop it till I'm filthy. With the people, Zebo like the rock. I drop. I ain't no trapper. I'm a hustler.
And thank you very much, Jade, for the double up. Thank you very, very much. Yes, sir. Y'all help us read a Free Zone Lou with the quadruple up, man. Keep in mind this is talking about the world of power, and most aren't willing to play that game in the world of power. He is right. But this is the thing, what I'm saying, Free Zone Lou, the problem is regular people are trying to play the power game. Hence the analogy of the checkers on a chess game, playing checkers with chess rules. That's why I gave that analogy, and you're absolutely correct about that. But thank you so much, Free Zone Lou. Thank you so much, KO Black, and thank you so much, Jade Lewis. I really, really appreciate y'all.
Thanks, man.
Hey,
Hope you don't mind if I say this out loud. How wonderful life is. 'Cause you're in the world.
Can't stop this money.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Thank you so much. Because of those three good people, we only need 8 more people, at least $5 a piece to reach our goal. Help us reach our overall goal. Today, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for the panel to be open right now. We have roughly an hour and a half of panel. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop this right now. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very, very kindly. I appreciate y'all sincerely. Thank you. And let me say that I appreciate my constituents. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that even when you just come and show up, I appreciate y'all that share the video, that like the video, that subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all, my moderators that hold us down every single day. Thank y'all so much. And I appreciate everyone who supports the show, no matter how big or no matter how small your contribution. I need for people to try to give a little bit more grace. I'm going to try to be a little better, and I need y'all to be a little better too. Let's be better together, all right? Because, like, I think I'm going to send it in a second, Alexis. I got you. I'm going to put it in the chat. I think a lot of people hear something like the other day when I said, yo, if you don't like it, then you could unsubscribe. That ain't talking to the great people that's in here that show love and support. That's talking to the haters that be trying to hate on me. So I don't understand why my good people that show me love and support would be offended by that. I really don't, because I wasn't talking to you. So I don't get it. But, you know, I do apologize to anybody who got offended by my rant last week. If you're not a hater trying to hold my channel back or trying to hold me back, then I'm absolutely not talking to you. I'm absolutely not talking to you, especially if you support my show. There's the link, Alexis Williams, is in the chat. There's my Cash App link. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sis. There's the link right there. All right. So we just need 8 more people. It's $25 a piece. The link to the panel is at the top. And shout out to Fighter, man. This dude crazy. Shout out to Fighter Complex. Let's see what Fighter had to say. I appreciate it. Jess, because I disagree doesn't mean I am hating or hate on you, dog. I can give you that. But you know, when you be trolling, that is akin to hating. You know that. But I do appreciate that. Thank you. And I appreciate whatever you give me, bro. I appreciate whatever you give me. Thank you, Fighter, very much. Thank you for being a good sport. One thing I like about fighting with you and Blanco is, for the most part, y'all are good sports, and that's fun to me. I like fighting with people who are good sports because I'm a good sport when it comes to fighting too. Like I don't hate y'all, so I'm not gonna take it to the extreme. Even though I did what I did, that was not a threat to you. You know, I wouldn't threaten you. Like, I was just saying, you being funny. I'm like, nigga, if you're gonna be funny, this is what I would do. Like, come on, man, stop playing with me. But anyway, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Make money, make money. When shit hit the fan, we'll take money.
Hey, what's up, Petty Pendergrass? What's going on? I'm just saying, this is true. Fighter be wanting to fight, but hey, at least he's a good sport about the fight. It's fun when you're a good sport. It's not fun when you're not a good sport. I ain't gonna lie. When you're not a good sport, you take everything personal and you want to get mad and in your feelings. It's not fun. It's not fun. Because me, if y'all notice me, I'll go over you and be cool because it's not that serious to me. I just be having fun with it. Like it's all games to me. But let's go.
And in the 21st century, that loneliness has become even more unbearable. The ruthless competitiveness, the fear of being cancelled at any moment, and the speed of information have created a toxic ecosystem where anyone can try to take you down at any time. What once seemed like a circle of allies turns into a network of watchful eyes, scanning for any mistake, any slip-up to use against you. A thoughtless...
Wow, that's deep. So to Corey Love TV point, that's exactly how people in this space do. Yo, thank you so much, Alexis Williams. I appreciate you, Alexis. Thank you so much. Because of Alexis Williams, we just need 6 more people, at least $5 a piece. Thank you so much. So to Corey Love TV's point, this last point that he's making, a lot of people do see this Machiavellian. A lot of content creators or people in this space look at this in a Machiavellian type way. They are definitely watching, looking for you to make one mistake so that they can slip up and they can call you out on your mistake and they can capitalize off of it. That's absolutely what's going on with a lot of people in this space. And that's sick, nasty work. Hey, Big Dog Barker, waving the bat. I'll bring you up. Give me 1 second to celebrate Alexis.
Hope you don't mind if I say this out loud. How wonderful life is, 'cause you're in the world.
I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you very much. Shout out to my guy. My guy, Big Dog Barking, is in the building. What's up, man? What's going on with you, Big Dog Barking? How you doing today, bro?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Shout out to the angry man. Yo, what's up? Yo, you can't make this shit up. Is he wrong again? Come on to my show to tell me I was wrong. It's not about regular people or irregular people. Everyone plays the game of power. No one is exempt. Thank you very much, good brother. I appreciate the contribution. I strongly disagree. That's why I'm coming up with the premise. But hey, listen, I don't mind you disagreeing with me. Don't take that as disrespect. Shout out to you, good brother. Thank you very much to the angry man coming through, shining his insight upon us. That is wrong, by the way. But thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much.
God damn it, I like the way you do bit.
Make money, make money. When shit hit the fan, we'll take money.
What say you, Big Dog Barker? I apologize. How you doing, bro?
Oh, you good, bro. You good, man. You doing your thing, man. It's your show. You know what I'm saying? But me and you had this conversation a while ago about power is.
Yeah, we did.
You know, and I told you then that I studied the 48 laws of power, and everything you playing is true. Everybody, like Angry Man just said, man, everybody got the chance to play the power position. It's just how you do it.
Well, okay, help me understand why you believe that.
You in the power position right now.
Why do you? Okay, help me understand. Break it down for me.
You're getting attention.
Okay.
And it's negative attention.
Okay.
So you got the power. So either you embrace being the bad guy or you stop doing what you're doing to get negative attention. Make a choice.
Okay.
So that's power.
Power over what?
You got power over your narrative right now. Right now, you're the bad guy. You're the scammer. You're the grifter. You're a liar. All that right there.
Right. Let the YouTube streets tell it. Right.
The YouTube streets telling you with the shit.
I'm with the shits.
So it's either you embrace being with the shit or you change whatever you're doing to change the narrative.
Okay, so let me say this. I don't think an opinion changed against his will is of the same opinion still, right? I showed last year to this point. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate this conversation, right?
Right.
I showed last year my community tab. Of course, I took down the community tab, and I can't remember if it was Emperor Kojak through the Great or if it was Caramel Drip. Either one of y'all can tell me if it was y'all. Maybe it was both of them. But what they said was last year, they was like, yo, go ahead and take down that tab, but make sure that you copy it so that just in case it comes up again, you have it as proof. Someone told me that. I can't remember exactly who it is. Please forgive me. It's been a while, right? So it's been 2 years. So I have the proof that I did not say my daughter was deleted or try to capitalize off my daughter's deletion. I did not. I have the proof. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, 165 people that literally said, yo, we're praying for your daughter's speedy recovery.
Right.
But yet and still, people will try to use that and make it seem like I said something I didn't say and make it seem like I did something that I did not do. And I have the proof, and I showed the proof. But people don't care about the truth, Big Dog Barkley. It's much more exciting. It's much more fun. It's much more profitable for some people to just make up lies and use their lies as their own resources. That's what some people do, and they're much happier at it.
Because in your situation with your daughter, you know, I'm glad everything worked out the way it worked out.
Thank you, bro.
That's your Achilles heel.
Okay.
And then so by people knowing that's your weakness, they're gonna use it to get you to spaz out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a power move.
But it's not a power move though, right? Because but this is the thing, right? You said earlier the power move was me being able to control the narrative. And what I'm saying is the only thing I can control is whether I respond or not, or how I respond or not, right? I have absolute control over that, right? However, I do not have control over people's perception or people's lying on me or people trying to, you know what I mean? I don't have any control over that.
You control your response to it.
Absolutely, without question. Shout out to my man, Corey Love. Yeah, absolutely. Come on up, bro. Yo, Corey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Good. You sound a little far away, my good brother. Shout out to Blaine Bent, said the Hitman. Okay. You there, Corey? All right. Yo, Scrap Skrilla the Real. What's going on, brother? The internet is the internet. The chat room is a chat room. Now, Angry Man, if you're still listening, by this token, right, that you said, Izzy wrong again, right? That's how you let off the statement. Now, if I would have said that to you, you would have been very upset and like, yo, Izzy don't respect me. Yo, he telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Yo, I'm just saying, but I do appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much, brother. Yo, you there, Corey?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, you sound great. Go ahead, good brother.
All right, 1 second.
Okay, you did sound great. Petty Pendergrass said, Izzy, I got my polo hat on with my polo jacket, and I got the Izzy Band shades on too. Call me Petty Bands. Shout out to Petty Bands doing this thing.
Petty Bands.
He poloed out.
Salute.
Salute the polo. Petty
Yo, Iz, appreciate you pulling me up real quick. I'm just gonna be just a hot second, but I wanted to just for some clarification. So I'm correlating everything that you're saying with this whole power situation, and man, to me it looks exactly like what you're going through on YouTube, right? Just for the past, as far as I've been watching.
Absolutely.
And are you do you not agree with that, or are you saying that you recognize it, but you're not gonna play the game, or you're not gonna concede to it?
Right.
What are you saying with that?
The latter. I know that's what I'm saying. I know that there's some people who are playing this Machiavellian game, right? There absolutely is, right? At the same time, I refuse to, and I don't think, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, I know Big Dog Barker disagrees, but I don't think that you have to be Machiavellian in order to win. As a matter of fact, I believe if you are being Machiavellian, you are setting yourself up to ultimately lose. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me ask you this one more thing. So, you talked about the chess. You said you talked about you playing chess, and the chessboard and the checkerboard being the same board with different rules. So let me ask you this: is everyone else playing checkers?
I think we all at a certain level are playing. We all on this level are playing checkers. Like none of us is playing chess, right?
Oh, okay.
But there's people who think that they're elevated because they're at an elevated status of checkers. They are trying to play checkers with chess rules.
Oh, okay. I got you.
You see what I'm saying? Mistaking the fact that they're on the same board, that they think that they're playing chess and they're not playing chess.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Last point. It does. Last point.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
The question I have for you was, do you believe that you have to be Machiavellian, or you have to employ Machiavellian tactics in order to win in the game of life? Or do you think that that's actually more detrimental, just for your personal philosophy?
In the game of life, I would say I could see I could see how some of the Machiavellian principles may work and may help out. I'm not sure if I would implore all of them, but I can see how they can help and work out. But on this YouTube, in this sector that you in, I say you definitely gotta employ those, because everybody else is. And if you're trying to play it fair and play it honest, it's not gonna, it's not gonna work, because you trying to be honest and play fair, and everybody else is doing all of this other stuff. It's like, it's almost like you playing a game and you're being handicapped because you're not utilizing all that you can utilize, because you're trying to be honorable and honest.
Right. So, but I don't think it's a handicap though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way, I hear what you're saying, and I know that it appears to be a handicap.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Count of Monte Cristo?
No, I've heard of it. I've never read it.
When you get a chance, watch the one from the 90s, bro, and then come back to me, right? So let me just tell you this. I believe that Edmond Dantes is the way, right? I believe not his middle journey, but his middle journey was necessary. But the way that he was is the reason why he ultimately won. That's what I believe.
Okay.
So when you get a chance, watch the movie, and then if you can, check back with me, man, and then you'll kind of see the difference. Like the dude, Count Diego, that nigga was playing whatchamacallit? He was playing Machiavellian. He was playing Machiavellian, and he did all that shit only for the result to be what it was. And Edmond Dantes was just trying to live his life, and at the end of the day, he ended up winning.
Yeah,
but it took him a while. It was a painful journey. Listen, now I understand that it's a painful journey. I understand that it's a lot of heartache and pain on the journey. I understand that it's a long, arduous journey. I understand that it's not, but I do believe that there's no shortcut to success. I do believe, as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, you can't take the escalator to success. You have to take the stairs. I do believe that, the elevator.
But even in your Count of Monte Cristo analogy, One guy was playing the game for protection, and the other guy was playing the game for dominance. And the one that was playing the game for dominance got messed over in the game for protection. And the other guy.
You got to hold on real quick. What's up, Petty Pendergrass? You got to turn off your Petty Pendergrass. Turn off your YouTube in the back. All right. I hear you, but no. Okay, so he stopped playing the game. So in the beginning, he wasn't even aware of the game, right? And I don't want to mess it up for anybody, but in the beginning, he wasn't even aware of the game, right? And then towards the end, when he was trying to play the revenge game, he was the most miserable that he ever was in his life.
Yeah, because he wasn't that type of guy.
Right.
If anything, he was doing stuff to protect his people and himself.
Right. But then really he was using it to kind of seek revenge. He was using those Machiavellian laws to seek revenge. But then at the end of it, he ended up winning because he stopped playing that game. And he said, yo, you know what? I'm going to do what my man said. And I'm going to just take the win. And I'm going to go home. I'm going to take the win. I'm not going to play under this auspice no more. Because I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Corey.
Because he had nothing else to gain. Once he won everything, he had nothing else to gain. I could stop playing.
But we see that a little different. Let me welcome salute Angerman. Thank you, Angerman, for the double up. Yo, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. He said to me, Angerman said to me, hold on real quick. Let me get it. The brother said, give me 1 second. He said, none of that matters. You're definitely wrong about this, just as wrong as I was about money being evil. All right, shout out to Angry Man. Definitely entitled to. I appreciate the double up. Thank you very much, bro. Because of Angry Man, we only need 4 more people, at least $5 a piece to reach our daily goal. Help us reach our show goal today. Help us reach our show goal today. I think I see my man Nightish in the building. What's up, Nightish? Give me a second. I'm in a different screen, so I can't see a comment. What's up, Cash Kid? Even what's going on, man? What say you on the subject?
Hey, man, what's good, Easy? What's good?
What's good, man? How you doing?
I just want to say, I'm not gonna hold you, because I'm working here. But on the subject, man, good always wins, bro. And I see, even AM, bro. AM always trying to say like you have to be like that cutthroat, that Machiavellian to win, like you have to play like the white guys did, colonize and everything in order to win. And I'm like, nah, man, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do all that. And that's why I was saying, I don't know if you've ever read Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged.
Who? What you say, bro? You breaking
so,
it
yeah,
down.
But Atlas Shrugged, man, it talks.
Okay, go ahead. I haven't heard of him, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Atlas Shrugged. She's a lady, but a lady philosopher. And she wrote this book, Atlas Shrugged. It talks about like what happens when all of the great guys, the engineers, the scientists, the businessmen go on strike, It's like, and this, what we're talking about, it's not about force, it's not about the evil, it's not about going around one another. It's about the value that you provide. And, you do your thing, bro, and let all that bullshit, fall to the side. That's all I got to say for today, Easy.
No doubt, I appreciate that. I received that word because I believe that as well. To be honest with you, Cash Kid, I believe that as well. Hey, Lord ADS wave in the back, so I know it's you. Shout out to Bishop JJ, man. Thank you very much, good brother. Lord ADS, do not flash me, bro. Do not flash me. Do not come off that damn camera, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to Bishop JJ, man. $5. Well, become Derek Jackson Izzy. No, that's against my core values and beliefs. I can never be a Derek Jackson. I don't believe in lying to women, bro. I don't believe in lying to women. I think that a dude that lies to women puts himself underneath that woman. I don't believe in lying to women. I don't believe in lying, period, really, to be honest with you. At the same time, I'll be more likely to lie to a dude than I would to a woman. Like, I'm not lying to a woman to gain favor with her. I don't believe in it. It goes against my personal core beliefs, right? Because if you lie to a woman, that means people lie for 2 reasons. Because they're afraid of what someone's going to do, or they're afraid of what someone's going to say. They're afraid that someone is going to take something from them. So that's why people lie. So I don't believe in lying to a woman, because at the end of the day, I don't believe no woman is above me. Period. Just don't. Hey, shout out to Just Me, aka Angry Room. Hey, Izzy Bands, panel and chat. Hey, how you doing, sis? Good to see you. What's going on, JD1975? Welcome to Nigga Mania. Now, we didn't do Nigga Mania today. This is not Nigga Mania. We on some other stuff. Righteously, Jaleesa, what's going on, sis? How you doing? What's the rules of chess? There's many rules of chess, but basically the objective of chess is to capture the king and keep the king from being able to move. Once you keep the king from being able to move anywhere, that's called a checkmate, and you have captured the king. Chess is a game of strategy where you are playing offense and defense, right? So you have the same amount of pieces, you have the same amount of real estate, meaning the board, but you're playing offense and defense. Now, the best chess players understand strategy, they understand tactics, and they understand philosophy. Those are the best chess players among chess players, the ones that understand strategy, tactics, and philosophy. And it don't hurt if you understand mathematics and angles too. But yeah, there's that. Shout out to D's Nuts. Iz knows the game and enjoys the challenge. No one's that blind walking. Yeah, I know what's going on. I just choose not to play in that way. I choose not to play in that way because ultimately, ultimately, let me tell you this, and maybe I shouldn't, but I am. Ultimately, I believe in a creator that's greater than me. Ultimately, I believe in God Almighty. And because I believe in God Almighty, I believe I have to answer to God Almighty for my deeds and for my actions. So to me, at the end of the day, doing things to put other people down or to tear other people down to elevate myself ultimately does not get me what I want or what I need. Anything that I get as a means of that is temporary, and it's not lasting. So with that being said, I want heaven on earth and heaven in heaven. So therefore I live by certain rules, regulations, and creeds. That's just me. ADS, what's up? What say you, bro?
What up, Izzy Barnes? What up, brother? I just want to say a couple words on it, and I'll get out your way.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
I mean, to be a successful businessman, especially, throughout history, let's be honest, you have to be shrewd. Shrewdness is part of what it takes to set boundaries and draw lines, right? And to make deals with people. And there has to be some type of consequence to actions. That's the only way you survive that, right? Most folks, especially in high end, are no more than opportunists, right? Who happen to have assets, you know what I'm saying? Who take advantage of people, you know what I'm saying, beneath them with ideas and strategies, thus and so on, right? Mm-hmm. You have to be able to capitalize on those. Now, the thing that kind of sticks out, you definitely should not and cannot be a bleeding heart.
Okay.
What happens is what happened to Julius Caesar. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Remember, it wasn't Caesar's enemies that got him. Caesar
Et tu, Brutus.
Exactly.
His own partner got him.
Exactly. So you got to be careful of that. I mean, you know, even at the thought in a lot of cases of people, you know, saying be able to find a way to generate more money or to gather more assets, right, and resources, you know, you'd be surprised what they do. I mean, we see it every day, right? I mean, you know, throughout just life in general. Yeah, people sleep with people. Joy Taylor, shout out to Joy Taylor, right? For even the most minuscule promotions and raises. You know, so imagine if you really actually have something like, let's say if you beating up on $5-6 million and people think they can somehow take your enterprise from you, what they would be willing to do, right?
You don't think so? Let me ask you this, right? With that being said, you don't think you don't think that protecting yourself and protecting your possessions is different from being Machiavellian, right? Because to me, right, my perception of Machiavellian is that you have to have a very cynical perspective and a very dark perspective on people and the nature of people and how people move. It's got to be very lonely and very miserable to think that everybody is out to get you. He literally said on this particular stage, there's no friends. Everyone is just a predator waiting for the right time to pounce on you and to devour you. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, why would you want to live like that or think like that or operate like that?
It's not that.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Hold on, Big Dog Barker. Let ADS answer first, and then you got it. Go ahead, ADS. I wanted to hear from you first, and then Big Dog Barker got it.
You know what the best defense is it?
A good offense.
A great offense.
In basketball or in football, yes. It's
and
true.
In life, it is. Because your goal isn't to stay in the same place. Your goal is to make gain. And to make those gains, you know what I'm saying? You have to view people in a certain way consciously, right? Like when I go to some of my business meetings with clients and customers, right? What I see is a table sometimes full of nothing but opportunists. This isn't a charity. No one's giving anything away. I'm here for opportunity too, right? So why would I view you any different? I mean, it sounds a little more paranoid and a little bit more extreme, but the higher up you get, the more those rules or those thoughts, you know what I'm saying, become realities, right? Because there are a lot of people in your business when you get to the top out to get you. Let's just keep it real. That guy underneath you, that CEO, ask Bill Gates. Bill Gates got kicked out of his own company. People want power, brother.
I got you, but okay. So let's bring it down, and I'm gonna let Big Dog Barker get in here because he had something he wanted to say on this. Let's bring it down, if you would, Big Dog Barker, when you're speaking. Let's bring it down to a perspective of like you and I, because I understand that when you get into the elite game is a game of trying to be on top and trying to be the best of the elite or the most powerful of the elite. But let's bring it down to a common man level and playing the Machiavellian game from a common man perspective. Let's bring it there.
Gotcha. Okay, that's all right. We just gonna use me and you. We're gonna use YouTube because that's where we are right now. You got more subscribers than me. That's subscriber dominant, right?
No, it's not.
I got 1,200 subscribers. You got how many?
I don't know, but have I ever gone over to your channel yo, Big Dog Barking? I got more subscribers than you.
You know, I don't do that either, but I'm just using that as a reference point. So you got more subscribers than me now. I'm have to let you be dominant because you got more subscribers than me. Now, the minute I see a weakness in you and I feel like I can capitalize off your weakness, what makes you think I won't get on your ass and dominate you because I see a weakness? So now my 1,200 gonna grow because I'm dominating you because I found your weakness.
But it doesn't. But the thing is, okay, so that's a good example. That's a good point, right? So if you do that and you grow, let's say out of the people on YouTube, let's say there's 1,000 people that absolutely hate Izzy Bands and can't stand Izzy Bands, right? And you get those 1,000 people, right? So now you got 2,200 people, and at least let's say 1,200 of them people hate Izzy Bands and can't stand Izzy Bands, right?
Right.
As soon as the news cycle goes down, and I'm not the topic of conversation anymore. As soon as they forget about me and I become old news, as soon as I get put out the pasture and get put off this app, right? The moment those people are no longer of use to you, because guess what? Those same people are going to look for a flaw in you because you are looking for a flaw in someone else. And those are going to be the same people that tear your tail apart and do the same thing to you that you did to the other person.
And that's part of the game, is to me not to give them the flaw for them to turn on me.
Yo, fam, Big dog barking. Let me tell you this: it's no such thing because the
and
problem.
that's part of the game too. Is that
Right, because all of us are human.
You're gonna have a flaw. Yeah,
they're right. None of us is perfect, so all of us have flaws. I could point out, I don't, but I could point out every one of y'all flaws. I see all of y'all flaws. I just don't point them out.
Right.
Because it don't matter to me one way or another. All of y'all have made blunders. All of y'all have made mistakes. All of y'all have chinks in your armors. And the closer you are to me, the more chinks in your armors I see. But at the same time, hold on real quick. It's important. Hold on real quick, because it's important for me to finish this point. At the same time, because I'm not Machiavellian, because I'm not trying to play, I don't think that me tearing you down is gonna bring anything more to me, right? It doesn't make me better by tearing you down. I'm not gonna get your shine by me tearing you down. It just doesn't work like that. Like temporarily, it might. Temporarily, you might get some cash apps. Temporarily, you might get some super chats. Temporarily, you might get some shine and some views or whatever. But overall, the problem is that you become a victim of your own mentality and your own traps. That's the issue.
And I have to deal with that. I have to be cool with what I just did. I have to be cool. I have to be cool with taking you down and get the 1,000 subscribers by taking you down, and then whatever happens after that, I have to be cool with it. If I get more, I get more. If I stay standing, I stay standing. If I lose them, I was cool with losing them anyway. I took you down.
But okay, so
that was my power play, taking you down.
But what does that do for you taking the next man down?
Either I'm gonna keep on going to take some more people down, or I'm gonna protect myself and try my best not to let somebody take me down.
Listen.
So either I'm gonna be the villain and keep coming for niggas, or I'm just protect myself and lose my subscribers one by one. But I'm cool with losing them. Either way, I gotta pick a choice.
So right, but why choose that when you could just as easily keep your nose straight, keep on your grind, and when someone try to encroach upon you, you just take the scimitar, chop their head off, and keep it pushing? Why not have righteousness on your side and operate in a way that is, I'm playing offense by playing my game, by staying in my lane, by doing what I got to do. But then the defense comes when someone comes up. I take them out for coming up against me, which is a whole different energy than me going on the offense against them preemptively.
Well, that's the character of the man or the woman. It's like in my case, I protect my people, but at the same time, I ain't got no problem chopping their head off. That go for wife, kids, family members, and everybody. I love my people, but at any given time, if you play with me, off with your head.
Man,
now, at the same time, if I was just out for dominance, I'm chopping everybody's head off. And everybody gonna look at me like I can't stand Big Dog. I can't wait for him to fall.
Right. And why would you want that energy? Why would you want that energy on you when you could just stay in your lane, keep doing your thing, keep building, keep grinding, and what's for you is gonna come to you anyway? Why not have that philosophy and that mentality?
But some people believe in absolute dominance at all costs.
What does the game? But you know what the funny thing is? Diddy, I would say, was one of the biggest in our community. Dr. Cosby, Bill Cosby, was one of the biggest in our community. Ye, and in one breath or another, was one of the biggest in our community. If they could snatch them at any given time, what real dominance and power do you really have? See, that's what I'm saying. It's all an illusion. So why would you play the game? Why would you play an illusion game with an illusion prize only to end up with nothing anyway? Like, why wouldn't you preserve yourself instead of, go ahead.
Think about it. They already were getting everything they wanted. Diddy was getting money. Diddy was getting fame. Diddy was getting everything. Bill Cosby, same way. Greed got them put in them positions.
No, but you got to maintain. Hold on, real quick. But you got to maintain your position. Though.
What Bill Cosby get caught up on? What Bill Cosby get caught up on?
The women. But that was 40 years ago. Guess what?
The women were gonna give it to him anyway. Why you had to spike their beverage?
Well, but that was the time back then. It was you gotta remember, it's 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, bro. That's what they were doing then. Everybody was doing that.
Yeah, I feel you on that part, but if you're gonna give it to it anyway, I ain't gotta do nothing extra. You finna give it to me. I ain't gotta do nothing extra.
I know, but he didn't. You don't remember? He didn't do anything. You don't remember Scarface? He said, another Quaalude should love me in the morning. Yeah, that's what they was doing.
just the accusation of him doing it, and you admitting that he probably was doing it, is like, hey, they took him under. Even if he didn't do it or not, just the perception of him might be doing it, that what took him under. And you doing that to women that were gonna give it to you just because you be a Cosby. You greedy.
I don't even think that's what really happened, to be honest with you. I think that he tried to buy CBS and they made sure NBC, and they would have had spiked the case against him to kind of ruin that. If you haven't noticed, brother,
right, but hold on, Big Dog Barker, let ADS finish. Go ahead, ADS. Yeah,
if you haven't noticed, with all our leaders have been in prominent who try to make bigger, higher, more elevated moves, they always slap a label of sexual deviance on them one way or another. This just follows that particular how you say suit, right? Of what they've been doing. So I'm not sure if I believe them when they say that.
But even with him trying to buy NBC, that was a power play by Bill Cosby to the higher ups, and the higher ups didn't have no chink in the armor. They squashed them.
AM said, LOL, laugh my FAO. What's funny, AM? Shout out to AM. What's funny, good brother? What's funny? This is the thing, right? But the point that I'm making is that if those brothers who are high up in power, Bill Cosby was high up in power, Diddy was high up in power, if they could be snatched down like that, what really on our level are we really doing? That's what I mean. What are we really doing? Where is the power? The only power we actually have is personal power. And personal power should not be a Machiavellian game. Personal power should be a game of yo, you are giving the most to the universe so you can get the most back. Personal power is a game of reciprocity. You give, knowing good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and other people will give unto you. So you're pouring good seed, and good harvest comes back. That's personal power, right? Yeah. Because the truth of the matter is, yo, what are you trying to control for real? Who are you trying to control for real? Why are you trying to control other people? For what purpose?
Can I interject, Izzy?
Yes.
I like to state this, right? I believe people on this level are more authentic and sincere, right, about who they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And probably a little bit more trustworthy than people at the top of corporate ladders, right? When it comes to opportunists and opportunities. But you got to ask yourself this question: why would a poor man steal from another poor man? Even though he has one piece of bread and this other family has one piece of bread, that man will go over and steal that piece of bread from that man and his family just so he can have two pieces of bread. It's human nature.
Right, but all humans. I can't say that's human nature. I think that's some humans' nature, but I can't say that that's just blanketed human nature. Because I wouldn't think, if I had one piece of bread and you had one piece of bread, I'm not thinking to go take your piece of bread. That's not what I'm thinking at all. I don't want your piece of bread. Like, you got your piece of bread, I got my piece of bread. I'm going to find, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to find some jelly. I'm going to try to find some butter, some peanut butter. I'm going to try to make my piece of bread the best tasting piece of bread that I can make it be. Me taking your piece of bread only creates an enemy unnecessarily, because you're going to fight for your bread. That's your last piece of bread. Well, I'm going to fight you for the little that you got. That's crazy to me. That's what I'm saying. Yo, what's up? Go ahead.
I was about to say that go back to opportunity. If I see the opportunity to take your bread and I feel like you're not going to do nothing to me, what's stopping me from taking your bread?
Right, but that's the problem. You don't know what people would do for their last piece of bread. You don't know what somebody would do to defend their household. You don't know what somebody is capable of to defend their family.
But that's a chance a lot of people take. Is like, if the consequence ain't that big, I'll take the chance. If I know for sure you got that 40, and if I come take your bread, you're gonna blow my ass off, I ain't gonna do it. But I gotta take the chance. If I feel like you ain't got nothing, and we can go hand for hand, and I feel like I can whoop your ass, guess what? I'm gonna take your piece of bread, and you're gonna have to beat my ass, because I feel like I'm gonna beat your ass.
Corey said, "You want your cornbread?" Yo, go ahead. I think Simp God came first, and then Blanco. Go ahead, Simp God, and then Blanco. What's up, brothers? How y'all doing? Yo, AM, if you want to come up, you can come up, bro. Listen, man. Listen. If you want to come up, you can come up. But let's have the conversation, good brother. What's incredible? You're more than welcome to come up, good brother, so that you could talk and express yourself. Let's do this. I'm gonna. If you come up, let's put up a timer so that you can be uninterrupted and say what you have to say. Then let me be uninterrupted, say what I gotta say, and then we'll do it like that. But go ahead, Simp God first, and then Blanco. Hey, yo, we just need one more person, at least $5 a piece. Thank you to Corey. I see your chat. I'm gonna get you in a second. We need one more person because of Corey Love TV. At least $5 a piece to reach our goal. Help us reach our goal today, y'all. Just one more person, $5 at least, and we reached our goal for today. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all very, very, very much. Go ahead, Simp God. What say you, brother?
Good, Izzy.
How you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Moving around, but I heard what you were saying earlier. I'm commenting on like the newer topic after I comment on the first topic. Like when niggas be hating on niggas, bro, and they be trying to stop niggas grind, bro. It remind me of this Drake and Kendrick stuff. It's like, I mean, yeah, bro, for a few months, maybe for a year, you had it, bro. You was really that hot for that summer. Guess who got the #1 album in the country? Guess who got the #1 single in the country, right? Guess who's still #1 on Spotify? Niggas not really stopping nothing. And I see a lot of this happen with black men where like them niggas be losers. They can never get to where you at. So they just want to, like you said, put a little chink in your armor or something like that, thinking they going to stop you, stop your money, stop you from grinding, stop you from moving around. It don't bums always going to be the bums. I'm saying, and the guys always going to be the guys. But to the second part, if a nigga take your bread, right, and like maybe Blanco can elaborate on something like this. Everybody not stepping, bro. Everybody not stepping. There's gonna be some niggas that's gonna get their bread took. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be some niggas, like you said, Izzy, they gonna go ahead and really put in some work for theirs. So I think that was Big Dog barking. You gotta know how to discern that. Or just walk in the mentality you don't care. You know what I'm saying? But Izzy, the world isn't meant for kindness. It don't really work that way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it 100 with you.
So, okay, in civilized society, now, again, I do understand the difference between if we stayed in an uncivilized society, but I'll be honest, I would probably defer to trying to eat leaves and berries and juices and berries and stuff like that. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, encroach upon anyone else to get mine. I think that there's more than enough resources and everything for everyone. Now, if you try to come get mine, you're going to go away unhappy, right? But other than that, I think that there's more than enough for everyone. So I would say that it is a difference. Thank you very much, OG Duder. I appreciate you. He said $5 for the live. Thank you, JC the Conqueror. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you to Corey Love TV. I really appreciate you, bro. He said, is in chess, can you beat a person who doesn't have to follow the rules of chess, but can move the pieces however they want? Hashtag checkmate, LOL. Well, the answer is yes, you can beat them, because the answer is if they're not playing by the rules, especially in a tournament, they'll get kicked out. If they're not playing by the rules of chess, then they're not playing chess. I mean, most people, if you start jumping over a piece with your king, like 5-10 spaces, someone's gonna look at you like you crazy and then walk away from the game. They're not gonna play you because they're gonna know that you are an idiot. I'm just saying.
God damn it, I like the way you do business.
Make money, make money. When shit hit the fan, we'll take money.
They're gonna know that you're an idiot or a kid, right? Because kids do that. Kids pick up the pieces like, yeah. You be like, yo, man, listen, that's not how you play this game. Let me show you how to play the game. And if that kid keep doing stuff with pieces, you're gonna leave that kid with the pieces and just let him play with it. Hey, Blanco, waving the bat, so I know it's you. Angry Man said, quote, "The Negro's Guide to Power and Dominance. Just leave me alone and I won't bother you. No wonder us black people ruled the world, left my yo, fam. Like, yo, your pale mental mind state is gonna be the destruction of you, my brother. Your pale mental mind state is gonna be the destruction of you. You're playing to someone else's strengths and you think you're gonna win the game. Yeah, right. If you play me in chess on my rules and on my terms, I'm gonna beat you every time. It's that simple. It's that simple. You trying to play the game from a perspective that you were not initiated in. Don't you understand that the elite have been raised in it since birth, since before birth? But yet and still, you think that you're going to come into the knowledge late in the game and you're going to win on their terms? You lost your rabbit ass mind, point blank and period. You lost your rabbit ass mind, bro. Period. Yo, what's up, ADS? What's that you? And then Blanco, you got this.
Yeah.
Church Tabernacle. That was by accident. Church Tabernacle.
But yeah, that's my thing for now on, nigga. I'm keeping that shit. But back to what we were stating, right? No, Izzy, that is incorrect. There isn't enough for everyone. I mean, what we all compete for as men are the same resources, right? Because there are limitations to the resources that we have. You know, it might feel unlimited to one person, but when you start adding in groups and groups and groups of people to the millions, now all of a sudden those resources can become scarce. So you have to allocate those resources, right? May it be money, may it be women, may it be life. You know what I'm saying? May it be anything. You have to be able to allocate those resources. And sometimes you have to do it through force. It is just part of the way men have always done things, right? And I don't think that will ever change.
I understand. That's an interesting point. At the same time, do you recognize that modern times and technology puts us in a different perspective than we've been as mankind, right? And you do understand that certain tribes and certain people lived off the land and had no problem understanding that there were more than enough resources with everyone else, so they didn't have to go on offense to take anything from anyone else because they had more than enough. You do understand that, right?
Even then, people came and stole those resources from them. It's written in the Bible through many a times where towns and cities were raided, right? Not because the group didn't have resources of their own, because they wanted to allocate their resources into their resources for growth. That's just the way, I mean.
So let me ask you this. How do you think, if not that we can really gauge it, but do you think God is good with that?
Yes, I do.
You think God is good with people taking from other people when they don't need to and they don't have to? You think God is good with it?
Have you read Deuteronomy?
I'm asking.
Yes, he is very good with it. As long as the commandment, yeah, you good to go.
Interesting. Hey, Blanco, what say you, man? How you doing?
I'm good. The thing is, in life, in order for you to win, you gotta be ruthless. In order for you to reach to the top. Because for every one person that wins, it's a lot of people that is going to lose. That's just how it is, bro. We live in the United States of America. They practice just that, bro. America is ruthless, right? They go into other people's shit to get their bread because they understand if they don't go to the string measures, they will become fool. I mean, we will become fool. We live here, so yeah, we will become fool. You see what I'm saying? That's the mentality. That's just an American mentality. That's like an everywhere mentality, but it's more practice over here. It's just like if you don't go with the Django rules, with the rules of the Django's, my nigga. Either you want to be fool, or either you want to be a prey, or you want to be a predator. It's simple as that. Life, for the most part, give you two choices: winners and losers, right or left, good and evil. For the most part, we got only two choices, man. You don't want to be in the middle. That's one thing I always tell people.
I disagree with you, but I'm gonna let Witch Doctor get ahead. What's up, Witch Doctor? How you doing, man? You there? We can't
my
hear you if
fault.
you talk.
My mic was turned on. Show so to everybody on the panel. Show so to you, Izzy, and
What's
big
up?
up to the chat. Right.
What's up?
I think everybody plays Machiavellian games to a certain degree, whether consciously or subconsciously. You know what I mean? And I think those who say that they don't, I think they're either lying or they're not sure what Machiavellian behavior is. But most people do it. I just think the Machiavellian shit is just compiling certain shit together or making it known or putting a name on it. But it's just normal. It's you using influence and strategy. I mean, some people is straight up snakes, and some people is probably just good strategists. Even in business, people use it. But I don't think you exempt from it, Izzy.
All right, no doubt. Now let me ask you a question. Did you see the beginning part of that video? Shout out to Angry Man in the building. Did you see the beginning part of that video?
No, I didn't watch the entire video. Show so the AM. I didn't see the entire thing.
All right. So what the premise was in the beginning of the Machiavellian theory was that no one has any friends, that everyone is just a predator waiting for the opportunity to destroy and devour.
I think everyone has the predator in them, just like everyone got the prey in them.
What about the friendship portion though? What about are people able to be friends? Are people friends? Do people really have loyalty? I think that's a really cynical way of looking at things, right?
I think the Machiavellian stuff, a lot of it, the sinister part is the part that people put a magnifying glass on. Some of it is a little extreme. Everything, any book you read, everything not gonna apply, right? But for the most part of it, I see a lot of it in people. But do I think everybody's sinister, everybody out to get you? No, I got good friends actually. So I don't think it's that extreme. But the overall premise of the book, I think is right and exact.
So, and I got you, but I was speaking of it from the standpoint of the clip that I played. 95% of that clip was you cannot trust people at all. Like
I got dropped.
Hold on. Okay, appreciate you, ADS. Shout out to you. You cannot trust people at all. Shout out to Brownie Ellie. What's going on? What you do to Ant? I didn't do nothing to Ant. What are you talking about? I didn't do nothing to Auntie. What did I do to Auntie? Anyway, I asked a question, but I didn't do anything to Auntie. I asked the question. I was wondering, was he talking to me when he said what he said? But I didn't do anything to Auntie. So I don't know, Brownie Ellie. How you doing? My thing is the clip that was played was mostly saying 90% of that clip was saying that you can't trust people. People are untrustworthy, and they are just looking for an opportunity to strap you in the back and to destroy you. What's up, Treese? What's up, Malcolm D? That was 90% of that clip that was played.
Oh, I didn't see that part, and I don't think that most people are just like out to get you like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
but
in
the thing is that
place, maybe in a competition, your competitors, you want to think about them like that, because if you was wrong, hey, at least you still alive and shit. But I don't think like around familiars, family, friends and shit like that you trust. I don't think it is always the case. You know what I mean? My fault, Blanco.
No, it's all good. I interrupt you, my bad. But the thing is, like when from what I understood, when you friends, you pretty much going to have the same interest. You want to have the same interest for the most part. They probably might be referring to whoever is number two, because usually number two never want to die as number two. Number two always want to be number one. That's just how it is.
Well, they said really is referring to friends, period. But Angry Man, what's going on, man? What say you? You said I was absolutely wrong on this. What makes you feel that way? Let's let Angry Man speak uninterrupted. You got it.
I wanted to wait and make sure so I didn't interrupt anybody. Remember yesterday when I said that about the respect thing? Did you literally just sit your arrogant ass up here and say my pale mind is going to end up whatever you said And what I took from that is, did you really just sit up here and put a limitation on me?
What
was let me ask you a question. You talked about the elites and how they were raised into certain thought processes and all of that, right? Was Jay-Z raised in an elite process?
One would argue yes.
No, he wasn't. He absolutely wasn't.
Okay.
Was 50 Cent raised in an elite process? Absolutely not.
50 is different than Jay-Z, but 50 no. Jay-Z, one would argue yes.
Actually, they're both very similar.
But
both,
not the same.
They both actually studied and read this book that you got up on this thumbnail, which, by the way, I know that this entire topic and this entire thumbnail with the book is throwing shade at me.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
I'm not crazy. It is.
It's absolutely not.
It's absolutely.
Yo, fam, if I was talking about you in specific, I would put you on the thumbnail.
Especially after the conversation yesterday.
If I was speaking to you in specific, because I mentioned Auntie's name, right? Auntie was one of the people that said a particular thing. Auntie was the only name I mentioned, and I didn't go at Auntie. I asked Auntie a question. So if it was about you specifically, if the whole topic was about you specifically, I'd have put your name. I would have added you like I always do, and I'd have put your face on the thumbnail if it was about you specifically. But it's not about you specifically, although some of it can pertain to you as well.
Bro, when I first told you about the 48 Laws of Power years ago, and tried to put you onto it, you told me it was the devil's book.
I did.
You know that is one of the books that I freaking praise. You know, Machiavelli is one of the philosophers one of the strategists and philosophers I praise. And so right after the conversation we had yesterday, you just happen to be doing a show where you're talking about how people in YouTube are trying to play Machiavellian games.
So
and then in addition to that, you're like, yo, you got all of these people at the regular level playing checkers with chess rules, which is a ridiculous statement.
It's absolutely not. How is it? Wait, no. How is that no, first, before you move past that, number one, like, I bet you think this song is about you. Yo, how is that a ridiculous statement?
That's clever.
Thank you. How's that a ridiculous statement?
That's clever, but number one, I know you're talking about me. The same way when you come over to my channel after I did a stream where I didn't say your name and you said to me, come on, fam, I know you was talking about me. So you singing the song to yourself too. Now,
and then, okay, and then in that time, what did you not tell me, yo, fam? I know, first of all, like you just said, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, a whole bunch of people relate to that book and reference that book as a book of strategy and as a book of getting ahead, right? So the example that you gave when I said that, what did you say to me? Yo, fam, I wasn't talking about you. There's a lot of people that I know that fit into the particular category. So at the same time, again, if I was throwing a shot at you, I would have added you and I would have put your face on the thumbnail. It's more advantageous to do that. So that's what I would have done.
Not necessarily.
No, it is absolutely more advantageous to do that.
Not necessarily. See,
you don't think, wait, let me ask you a question. You don't think as your homeboy, right? As your homeboy, if we fell out, you don't think that I know that if I go at the angry man, you know how many people come at me because I'm connected to you? You don't think that I'm cognizant and aware enough or smart enough to understand that if I go at you direct, that I would have 100,000 people behind me that hate you? You don't think I know that? So if I was trying to throw shots at you, and if I wanted to get a barrage of people, then I would have put you in a thumbnail and I would have added you. But I was not talking about you direct. If I was talking about you directly, you know I would tell you. It's no problem.
Y'all know what's funny about this? He's playing the game right now. He's playing the game of power right now as we speak. In fact, if you read, which I don't know if you did or not, if you read the 48 Laws of Power, you would know that in the very beginning of that book, in the preface, he actually talks about how the most clever players of the game of power are the ones that proclaim to be above pettiness, that proclaim to be righteous and convince everybody of their honestness and earnestness. That's one of the illest strategies in power, is to convince everybody that you don't really want problems, or that you don't really want conflict, or that you don't really want to go at people, because then that puts you in a position to where people allegedly are not going to look at you to think that you're on that type of time, which you do to a degree. So you are playing the game, whether you want to admit it or not. Everybody's playing the game.
But this is the thing. So that would be, if you're saying, first of all, I'm not self-righteous, so I'm not a person that is placing my righteousness on other people in order to condemn other people. So I'm not doing that. But secondly, I'm not sitting there. I've said multiple times that I'm flawed. I've said multiple times that I'm far from perfect. I don't get mad at people. Now, this is a shot. For example, I don't get mad at people when they disagree with me or when they have a difference of opinion. That's a direct shot, by the way, just to let you know, since you don't know what a shot is. But hold on real quick, because I didn't say a word while you was talking. Let me just finish.
You do a shot. Can I respond?
I said no. Let me just finish saying what I'm saying. Then you can respond to my shot. I got you.
Yesterday,
you threw 3 shots just now. I didn't say a word. I let you finish.
Yesterday, when you started talking, each time I allowed you, I gave you the courtesy because I was being a good host. Okay? And the shot wasn't you saying what you said. The shot was you saying I didn't understand the shot. That was the shot, right? That's what I would take personally. The fact that you are proving what I said yesterday, which is that you think I'm dumb. You're actually proving it right now, sir. You're proving it right now. But as I said before, it is what it is. You're playing the game right now, sir. You're playing the game. Everybody plays the game. Even children play the game. Even children play the game of power. We are not, none of us are exempt because we live in a world that is a world of competition. And as long as you live in a world that is a world of competition, you're going to always have the game of power in play. Now, you have people that abstain from playing it and they get the results that they get. But the way they rationalize it is people will say, well, you know, what I have currently is what I consider success or peace of mind. So then it becomes about perception, where a person will sit here and say, well, you know, I'm good where I'm at right now. And that's how, as human beings, we cope with whatever station in life that we're at. But make no mistake about it. Saying that, you know, I'm not going to play the game of power because I don't want to get into these back and forths or these situations or whatever. It's no different than a bum saying he has no worries because he has no bills. It's the same thing.
So hold on real quick. So hold on. You just but you went from answering my thing in order and then filibustering. So the thing is this. It's a big difference between having a Machiavellian mindset and exhibiting some attributes of the Machiavellian principle, right? There's a huge difference, right? It's like the difference between a person that eats a salad from time to time for healthy consumption and a person who is a vegan or whatever the case, or vegetarian, whatever the case may be. One is a lifestyle and a mindset, and one is just something that you might do from time to time. So at the end of the day, no, I don't think you're stupid, and that's ridiculous to say. Secondly, for you to make it seem like because I don't agree with Machiavellian principles, which I told you from the beginning, I thought the 48 Laws of Power was the devil's book. That should already tell you that I don't subscribe to that. I don't ascribe to that. I don't. At the same time, can as a human being, can we all exude some level of Machiavellian principle? Yes. As a human being, can we exude some things that's in the 48 Laws of Power? Yes. But that's absolutely a difference between living by that book or subscribing to that book as a whole philosophy or ideology. That's a huge difference.
First of all, did you read the 48 Laws of Power?
Yes, I've read it. Yes.
Did you read The Prince?
I perused through The Prince. Yes.
Okay. So, number one, Machiavelli is simply talking about human nature. That's all he's doing. All he's doing is pointing out what human nature actually is, as opposed to what we pretend it is in polite society. And he merely points out the fact that those who live under the illusion play the game of polite society. They play the game of let's be social with each other and let's be civil with each other and let's follow these rules that are set for us. Hence your reference to the game of chess. When Corey asked you if someone doesn't play by the rules, will they win? You completely missed the point he was trying to make. See, what you're not realizing is the game of chess is not the game of power. The game of chess is all of the people in society who pretend they're not in a game of power. The game of chess is actually the societal norms and the societal rules that we play by. And what Machiavelli is pointing out is it is the individuals who choose not to play by those set rules that someone else set for us that end up getting ahead. They don't get ahead for the simple fact that they break the rules. They get ahead because everybody else plays by the rules. That's the entire point and premise of what he's saying. Now, when you look at the 48 Laws of Power,
hold on real quick, because just because he states that, or that's his premise, does not mean that it's actual or factual. That's his perception of how he sees society and how he sees things. That's a very cynical way of looking at things and a very narcissistic perspective on things. When you live your life thinking that everybody is your enemy, when you live your life thinking that everybody's out to get you or against you, that is a very, very cynical and narcissistic way to live. And also it's a very lonely and horrible way to live. J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings was a perfect illustration of this thing. He also put it, but he put it in they put it in a literary work, right? Where the one that has the ring and the burden of the ring. This is the burden of the ring. When you feel like everybody is trying to take your ring, when you feel like everybody wants your power, when you feel like everybody wants your position, it makes you old and ugly and lonely and a decrepit creature.
Lord, you sound, bro, real talk, you're a grown man. You sound crazy right now.
What's crazy about that? I sound crazy right now, but you use comic book references and you use movie references all the time. But because I said that, now I sound crazy. What's crazy about that?
First of all, I'm not talking about the movie reference. That's not what I'm talking about.
So you don't think that what he was actually referring to as power and the loneliness of power?
Okay, number one,
when they were 5 rings of power, son.
There's a problem with your entire premise.
What's the problem?
The problem with your entire premise is when it comes to, first of all, whenever I use a movie reference or a comic reference, it's because I don't have at the moment or can't recall at the moment a real historical reference, right? So what you're using is a movie reference, but there are so many historical references that contradict that movie reference, bro.
Absolutely not.
Name a single, you right now as we speak, unless you dive into fiction, you cannot name a single person that has ruled anything that's living by what you're talking about.
First of all, you're conflating the point. Well, the point that I'm making is I'm making the point I absolutely can. There have been many monarchs and many rulers historically that did not trust people, that did not have that had a disdain for people, and a fact that they thought that everybody was their enemy, that died lonely, alone, and broken. That's a fact. Historically, there's countless stories abound. There's countless stories abound. Let me pull them up. Like, yo, fam, at the end of the day, I use the J.R. Tolkien reference because that's something that everybody understands. People seen Lord of the Rings and they can understand it. When you're trying to hold on real quick, you're trying to pull me into a situation to pull something off the top of my head. So hold on, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. So then it becomes oh no, that's not actually no, I'm not about to do that right now, because again, I was not prepared to have a quote unquote debate about historical reference. I gave you the reference I wanted to give you because that was an easily reference that I could pull from my mind that illustrates the point that I'm giving. Just like you're trying to say that chess is polite society, is people playing by the rules of polite society, and it's not a game of power. That's not true at all. But it's not true at all. That's why you never was able to beat me in chess.
It's absolutely
because you don't understand. That's why you never was able to beat me in chess, because you don't understand.
Absolutely. See, here's the thing about you is, and this is what you do when you start losing the debate. You get
I'm not losing. No, but you're trying to take it to a different premise in order to try to make yourself right. You want me to pull off the top of my head a historical reference for the sake of your conversation instead of flowing in the conversation.
Here's the thing. No, I'm flowing in the conversation. You just don't like the fact that I'm making points that you cannot refute.
I absolutely refuted it.
Then why you keep interrupting me? If you're really in control right now, bro, why are you acting out of control right now?
I'm not acting. That's a nice tactic, fam. Your name is the angry man. You act out of control all day, every day, fam. Please don't do that with me.
I'm not doing it right now.
And you literally talked over me 5-6 times, and I let you rock. And then you tried to use your show as a justification for why you were talking over me. Please, come on, brother.
I did not, and that is a nice tactic. Okay, so going back to everything that you just spewed out. Have I ever beat you in a game of chess? No, absolutely not. I haven't, right? But here's the thing, bro. You can get upset about that if you want to. We have a set of rules that we live by in this society, that we play by, just like the game of chess. The same way you live in this society, you have a mayor, or you have a governor, or you have a senator. Those are like the kings, right? And then you have pawns, which is like us. Everybody in the society has certain rules that apply to them, what you can do and what you can't do, just like on the chessboard. You got some people that can do more than others. You got some that can move this way, but they can't move that way, just like on the chessboard. Those are the rules that are set for us as a society. The people that play the game of power, they don't play by any of those rules. They only pretend to play by those rules, while behind the scenes, they do as they please, and they play whatever strategy they need to play to get whatever they want. Now, here's the reason why you always beat me at chess, brother. You may think it's just because you're a better strategist than me or whatever, right? No, the reason why you beat me at chess is because you are better at playing a game that is confined with that is within the confines of rules. I am a creative. I play the game better when I'm outside of the confines of rules. I play the game better when there are no rules and we're just in the abstract where I can create. That's the reason why you, my uncle, numerous people will beat me in a game of chess, but there are other things you will never beat me at.
Now, the funny thing is this. This is the funny thing, right? Life has rules that no man can supersede, that no man can get away from. Life has rules. Like there are certain laws in place, like the law of gravity. Now, can people manipulate it in order to have a brief stint in the air through an aircraft, or even through a jet propulsion system, or even through athleticism, or whatever the case may be? Yes. At the same time, at the end of the day, they conform to the law of gravity. That life has rules. So when you say that a game of chess is not like, hold on real quick. See, when you was talking, I didn't interrupt you at all, but yet and still you constantly interrupt me, and then you make it seem like you don't. Those little interjections try to throw me off my train of thought. So anyway, like I was saying, life absolutely has rules.
That's pathetic.
Life absolutely, now that's pathetic. Life absolutely has rules. Like, yo, see, this is what I'm saying. It's not, no, it's okay. So I'm gonna hold on, please. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. You just went on a long. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. You just went on, yo, fam. You just went on. No, fam.
I did not do this to you on my channel, my nigga.
Yo, I don't care. I don't. Yo, fam. I'm about to mute you, fam. I'm about to mute you, bro. Bro, I'm about to mute you. You went on a long soliloquy. And it, yo, fam, you don't know how to debate, and that's the problem. Bro, I gotta mute you, fam. This is ridiculous. Like, at the same time, you talk about emotional, yet you're getting emotional. You talk about you don't interject, you don't interrupt, but yet you're interjecting and interrupting. When you feel like you're losing,
this is some clarity.
Yo, I told
you. This is what I'm gonna do, and don't cry about it after I do it. I'm gonna show everybody how you get down, my nigga. Because I didn't do this to you on my channel, and everybody fucking saw it. I didn't do this to you, nigga.
That's
you don't
$5,
have no
brother.
fucking respect for me
That's
whatsoever.
That's $10.
When
you saying 10, you saying mad F-bombs, but you talking about respect.
You to talk, bro. When you interjected on my channel, I allowed you to talk. You get over here on your channel and you get over ego trip, my nigga.
An ego trip. I let you go on the whole soliloquy and talk crazy and everything, but I'm on an ego trip.
I was saying something that didn't even pertain to the conversation.
I need $10.
Talking instead of you making your point, you want to sit there and throw little petty ass shots because really you don't have no point.
I have a point, but again, I can't get it out if you keep interrupting. But it is.
Why you keep throwing little petty ass shots so you can get a
fam? You literally.
Then you can pretend that you're emotional. That's why you doing it, bro.
You literally just said in a slick way that I beat you at chess because I'm a house nigga and I follow the rules. And I'm a follower of the rules, and that's why I beat you at chess. But because you're above the game, because you're fam. Like at the end of the day, if you're gonna keep talking under me while I'm trying to talk,
house nigga.
Yo, how can fam? There's no way that I can talk if you keep talking every time I start talking. Every time I start talking, you start talking, and then you make it seem like I'm trying to big boy you. Like, that's crazy. Go ahead.
You did yesterday?
Go ahead.
Like you did yesterday? Like you did, because what did you say earlier? You the angry man, you always going off. Didn't go off yesterday. Let you talk. Let you talk. This entire time, you've been throwing little shots, left and right. You gonna sit there and say, "Oh, you never beat me at a game of chess," but I can't point out what you never beat me at? Why
You
you
didn't
get
say anything. What did I beat you? What have I never beat you at? You haven't said anything.
thought, my nigga?
You
Abstract,
haven't said anything.
abstract thought. I did say it. You wasn't listening.
Yo, fam. Like, yo, at the end, yo, come on, man. You throw multiple.
Beat me at, right? You get to say what you can beat me at, but when I say what I beat you at, all of a sudden now I'm being petty. I'm the one that's wrong now, my nigga, right?
I just said that I didn't hear what you said that you beat me at. So literally, that's not the argument. So literally, the again, it was trying to be a back and forth to have a conversation, but I can't disagree with you. You got it. You went. I gotta get ready to go pick up my son very, very shortly.
He's
Like
saying
7 minutes.
that you are beating me at a game where you have a certain set of rules. That's me.
Fam.
That's me calling you a house nigga. Really?
Yo, fam, it's calling it. Yo, you know what? Come on, fam. You know what you're trying to get at. But the point that I'm making is that you think that you're above because you are creative, and then you think you're above the game. And what I'm trying to tell you is, in the confines of what we're talking about, chess absolutely equates to life in the scenario that we're speaking of. But because you think outside the box, you think that because you think outside the box, that makes you above the game, and it doesn't.
I don't think
you still are confined to the rules of life like everybody else is, and that is the chessboard in the chess game. Like, yo, fam,
I don't think I'm above. I don't think I'm above like anything. I do not. I'm in the game that we're all in. That we're all in. Some people choose to play it one way. Some people choose to play it another way. Some people choose to play it according to the rules that they are given. Some people choose to play it without those rules that they are given. But they're given rules. They're given rules. The only reason why when you get a chessboard, which actually has the same amount of squares on it as a checkerboard.
It's the same board.
No shit.
That was my point earlier.
I'm pretty sure it was. But if you were to decide, let me ask you this question. Could you play checkers with chess pieces?
No.
How you can't?
You said, can you play checkers? You asked me, can you play checkers with chess pieces? And the answer is no.
Could you play checkers with chess pieces or vice versa? Could you play checkers with checker pieces?
No.
Right there. And that right there was my point.
How do you think? So do you believe that you can?
Yes.
I think you
can. Wait, hold on real quick. Witch doctor.
Absolutely.
Hold on. How do you believe that you could play chess with checkers, please? I'm listening.
Easy. You just need a little you just need a little creativity
But creativity. Okay, cool. So I'm talking about as all 13 chess pieces are. I mean, as all 13 checker pieces are. That's what you fail to understand. There's more chess pieces than checker pieces. But anyway, as all 13 checkers pieces, how can you play with all 13 black checker pieces and all 13 red checker pieces? How can you play chess with 13 pieces apiece, sir?
You're proving my point right now, bro.
No, you don't understand what I'm. Hold on. If you don't understand what I'm saying,
listen.
So hold on. No. You're missing the point. See, let me break down how you're missing the point.
You finish?
Because I was talking. You're missing the point. The point is that chess has 16 pieces apiece.
Okay.
There's 8 pawns and there's 8 pieces.
Okay.
But checkers have 13 pieces apiece. 13 black and 13 red. It's a different game.
Okay.
All the pieces on the checkerboard, all the pieces on the checkerboard are alike.
Okay. Is there only one chessboard set and one checkers board set in the world?
That's called checkmate. It is called checkmate.
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. Is there only one chessboard, chess set, and one checker set in the world?
That's a crazy question.
It's not a crazy.
Okay, so let me say this. Yeah, the ultimate answer is yes, because they all have 64 squares. The ultimate answer is yes. The chessboard and the checkerboard never changes. It's only different designs on the chessboard, different designs on the checkerboard, but the chessboard and the checkerboard never changes. And as a matter of fact,
that's not what I'm talking about. You about to go on a rant about.
Okay, so what? So what do you ask? What are you saying? Because only the design changes. The number of squares on the board is the same. It's 64 squares on the board.
If I wanted to play a game of chess, and all that was available to me was a checkers board, I could absolutely still play a game of chess. Absolutely.
You have, okay, so therefore but you could not play a game of chess with checkers pieces. There are not enough pieces.
Yes, I could.
There are not enough pieces.
I could substitute.
What? Where? From where? See, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about substitution and all this other stuff. So you, in other words, you are trying to say.
Let me ask you a question. Let me just ask you the question. Let me just ask you this question. Because I see what's going on. This is an alpha sigma back and forth, and this is what I be talking about. Y'all only know how to play by the rules. If the rules are changed for whatever reason or something is different, it messes with y'all. Okay.
Oh, and I apologize now. Sorry, excuse me real quick. Let me interject real quick. Now there's only 24 total pieces on the checkerboard. Now there's only 12 and 12.
Okay.
When I came up, I thought it was 13, but now it's only 12 and 12. So you absolutely cannot play chess with checker pieces.
Okay, cool.
I mean, chess with checker pieces.
Actually, no. Let's say for argument's sake that we were shipwrecked, desert island, and we found in somebody's luggage a freaking checkers board with a few other items. Are you telling me we could not set up that checkers board to be a chess board? It would be the board, but we wouldn't be able to play the game of chess. No, we wouldn't be. If we were shipwrecked and we only had 24 checkers, we would not be able to play the game of chess. No. So okay.
It would be the same board, like I said before, but it would be a different game. No, we would not. If we were shipwrecked, no, we would not be able to play chess. We can play checkers, but we can't play chess.
Yes. If there were anything else in those items, are you telling me that I can't replace the missing pieces with something else? Are you telling me that I can't write a P on the checker disc? You telling me I can't write a letter on it to signify that it's a pawn or a bishop or a rook? Are you telling me that is?
You absolutely can, but the problem is there are not enough checker pieces to play chess.
Have enough checker pieces. I could use all the checker pieces, and then I could pick up a stone or anything else and sit it on the board, bro.
Yo, fam, where you gonna get a stone from on the deserted island? And I gotta go pick up my son, fam. This is what I'm saying. You'll do anything and say anything just to be right, even though you're wrong. That's the problem. The problem is you try to bring abstract. And anytime you're having a conversation and you got concrete evidence, the concrete evidence is sufficient. But anytime that you're losing and you don't know what you're talking about, and someone is telling you concrete evidence, you want to bring abstract into it. And what if my aunt had a dick? She'd be my uncle. Bam, stop the bullshit. This is what I'm saying with you. You don't play the game. You don't play the game how the game go. You want people to treat you different than how you treat people. You want people to treat the argument different than how you treat the argument.
That's called checkmate.
Checkmate.
That's called checkmate.
No, that's checkmate. I checkmated you a long time ago if you didn't know that.
If I was on a deserted island with those items, I could still play chess. You wouldn't be able to. Because
you couldn't play chess without the pieces, brother.
It would frustrate the hell out of you.
You could, well, because you wouldn't be playing chess. You would be playing some imaginary game that you made up.
Here's the thing.
I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I appreciate y'all, big dog.
Yo, here's the
Well,
thing is, in life, you're not always given the pieces, bro. Sometimes you got to improvise. That's checkmate.
No, that's not. Yo, you playing, yo, fam. No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Yo, fam, this dude is hilarious. Yo, when it comes to concrete conversation, AM wants to have concrete conversation. But when it comes to stuff where he's out of his depth and out of his web, he talking to a chess master and trying to tell me about chess. It's interesting. But he don't understand. He ain't never beat me for a reason. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. Not because of, oh, well, I think creative and I'm an artiste and that's why I never beat you. No. And yo, you just no, he did not, Corey. If you think he got me, you just instigating. That don't make no sense. You cannot play a game that requires 32 pieces with 24 pieces, bro. You cannot. Let me say that again. For all my people that play chess, you understand exactly what I'm saying. You cannot play a game or win a game if you do not have enough pieces. And that is the point of the thing. You are trying to play checkers with chess rules. You are trying to play you are in a game of checkers trying to win playing by chess rules, and you will never win that way. Because the game is not designed like that. You could try to remix it. You could try to reinvent the wheel. You could try to make something out of nothing. You could try to create something that doesn't exist. You could make a whole new board if you want to. But guess what? You ain't playing checkers and you ain't playing chess. Checkmate. I'm out of here. Y'all be easy. I go pick up my son. Much love to y'all. Much love to the angry man. Anyway, I don't get offended when he has a difference of opinion of me, even though he is not right. Let's get to it. I'ma holler at you. Peace. Yeah, they ain't playing chess though. They improvise, and that's the point that I'm making. They improvise, but they ain't playing chess. Tomorrow's show will be banging. I promise you that. Tomorrow's show will be even more banging. Ski Mask Citizen, check and mate, bro. Anybody that say Angry Man won is because you just like Angry Man, and that's cool. It's okay. But if you know chess, you know that I decimated Angry Man right there. The whole fact that you can't get no more pieces on the board, it's a whole lot of if I coulda, if I woulda, if I did, and if I pulled from my ass and got the doodle strings and I made it into a little check. Peace.